Yeah, maybe we can actually start the stream
Yeah.
today. On time.
Yeah.
I would like to start things on time.
Well, I'm sorry that we were having a weird technical difficulty that with the internet that we fixed, and then realized that like we solved the same problem as Zapdos, and we're like, no, let's not have this stream not exist.
Alright, I think we're all good.
Oh, we're all good.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Hello, people. It's us, Bros Game Night. I'm your host, Younger Bro.
I am your other host, Older Bro.
And we're back shiny hunting with Snom, where I've had a long day.
Apparently.
So, yeah, I've had one hell of a day.
Yeah.
So, got up. Well, my feet are already hurting for some reason.
Yeah.
Before it was my back. So,
Sure.
I go to work.
Uh-huh.
And apparently I was supposed to be cleaning something that I haven't been cleaning every night.
Yeah.
So now I have to add even more to my
You've been told
plate.
something else that needs cleaned. Yeah.
Again, a lot of the stuff I know now was not taught to me.
Yeah. You're literally just being like, hey, why aren't you cleaning this? I wasn't taught to clean this.
Exactly.
Oh, you should be cleaning this. Okay.
So now it's a part of my daily task.
Yeah.
Well, so adding that in.
Yep.
So we had a sale for two things that I was
Sure.
supposed to know about.
Yep.
It
guess
was.
they didn't tell you.
No, they told me.
Okay, good.
But just listen to this. Okay.
Sure.
So our sale was originally I thought it was just New York strips, like single
Sure.
strips. No, it's the whole damn thing before it's cut. So
Gotcha.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, that was not informed.
Yeah,
So.
from what I understood, like that was the case. That
Yeah.
was the thing on sale.
Yep.
Hey Anna.
Hello, Anna.
So, that's on sale, and
Don't
so,
drop your phone, Anna.
And so was hamburger.
Sure.
So hamburger didn't have a problem.
Yep.
It was
Somebody
it's a story
came up and asked
about.
for- Yep.
So, someone called on the phone, and they were like, "I want to know about your sales." I'm like, "Okay, what sale are you looking into?" And she's like, "Well, I want to buy your whole New York strip." I'm like,
Okay.
"The whole thing?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Like,
But it's the steak. She's like, "No, it's the whole thing." And I re-grabbed the paper. I'm like, "But sorry, ma'am. I was told that it was just the single steaks."
you're like, okay, sounds good.
So, she's like, "It's supposed to be sold for $8.99." I'm like, "Okay, I'll go weigh the only one I have up,
the one
and
that's full.
price it." I go to weigh it.
Yeah.
It's only weighing at $14.99 instead of $8.99.
Uh-huh. It's like, okay.
Okay. So I go and tell her this, and she's like, "It's supposed to be $8.99." And
like,
we
yep.
keep going back and forth, and she keeps telling me this. I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna."
I'll just check with my manager.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna call up my manager and see what he says on it." So I
Yep.
talked to the main manager.
Yes.
And he's like, well, I wasn't there for the last 2 days, so I don't know everything.
So you are now the main manager in this conversation. Got it.
So he was like, "I know that these two things are on sale. It's just I don't know the situation you're in." He said that the other manager was having an issue. I should talk to her. I'm like, "Okay."
Okay. Call next manager.
So I called the next manager. And she was like, "Well, I talked to the store manager about this today because I had the same problem you had."
Yeah, this is not the other manager you just talked to. This is like the big manager over the whole building.
Yeah. So she's like, "Well, you're going to have to just tell them we're out because we can't fix this bug." And then I proceed to tell her, "Look, this person knows I have one." She's like, "Oh."
Yeah, it's like I've already explained to her that we're having this problem. She's aware it's here. I can't lie to her.
So she's like, and I'm like, "Okay, what do you want me to do?" She's already hung up on me and told me that she'll call me later. Well, she didn't hang up on me. She'll just say, "I'll call back later when you're ready to talk to me again."
Gotcha. Yeah.
And she's like, "Well,
Yeah.
yeah." She just said, "Okay, I'll just prepare one for tomorrow. Just tell them, hey, wait till tomorrow, and we'll get her straight up.
Yep.
Well, before that conversation, when I was talking to this lady, I told her, hey, do you want...
literally old me. Anna, I don't know you, but I don't think you're that old.
No, she's not. Anyway.
Literally old me.
Anyway, so when I was talking to the customer, she's like, don't sell it to me tomorrow. You won't have the sale then. And this was before the manager tells me.
Yeah, it's just like, ma'am, trust me, we will get it to you at the sale price tomorrow. Just wait till tomorrow.
So,
we can't fix the problem today.
Okay, so now fast forwarding.
Yeah.
I'm done talking with the manager. I now know what I need to do.
Yeah.
So
now you know that they'll give her the sale price tomorrow if she gets it tomorrow.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So she tried to call me a couple times, and then she calls the front office. The lady.
Yes.
That's wanting the thing.
Yeah. While you're trying to get this resolved, she's calling around you.
And the main office, he's a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I went to school with him. Anyway, so guy I went to school with, he calls me. He's like, yeah, I have a lady on the line here wanting a whole New York strip.
It's like, we know.
Trust... No, that was the first thing I said. I'm like, is it the lady that wants the New York strip? He's like, yes.
It's like, we're working on it.
So I tell him, look, just tell her to pick it up tomorrow. It'll be sold to her at that price. He's like, okay. So now I'm moving on with my tasks. I'm cleaning the new thing I have to clean.
Please tell me she comes into the building.
Hold up. My manager... Okay, the night manager, not the store manager.
Not any of the managers you talked to yet. A different manager.
So this is Randy again, the guy who yells at me for doing stuff stupid.
Yes.
He comes back and yells at me.
So he's like...
And he's like, you do know what's on sale today? I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
And he's like, you do know that there's a lady wanting New York?
Yes.
Yes. And
it's like, yes, there's an issue. I literally can't sell it to her today. I have talked with 3 other managers already.
I tried telling him that.
Yes.
And he's like, you need to sell it to her. I'm like, look, this is the problem. I calmly do it. I'm not mad at him or anything. That's like,
this is the problem.
I'm going to explain to you what the problem is. I show him the problem. He stops yelling at me.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I see your problem, but we're going to just try to sell it to her anyway.
It's like, okay, fine. Charge her the $14, and when she gets pissed off, it's not my fault.
No, what he did was he priced it himself.
Yeah, so he manually changed the price.
So he manually changed the price. I
don't know how to do that.
No, I do know how to do it. It's just I was told not to do that.
But why wouldn't, if it's on sale and you can do that, why wouldn't they just tell you to do... Okay.
Yeah, so I'm dumbfounded about this whole situation. And while he was weighing it up, he's like, yeah, this guy's going to come in. I'm like, this guy I thought was a woman. He's like, oh, it's her husband.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm glad I didn't talk to her.
It's like, that's fine.
So now I'm still cleaning this thing. The husband comes in.
Up.
And he was a real understanding guy.
Yeah, it's just like, look, I've been for an hour trying to get you to get this sold to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I literally come out to him. I'm like, okay, before I hand you this,
it's like,
I am sorry for all the confusion that's been happening. I've been told several different things. He's like, I understand.
It's fine. It's fine. We just want the meat.
I was so appreciative of this guy. I'm like, yes, thank you for understanding, because I wouldn't know how to explain it to you any other way.
Yeah.
So. And all of this took like an hour and a half.
Yes.
Out of my day.
Yep.
And I need to come home tonight and stream 3 hours. I'm like, oh god, I gotta get shit done.
Well, yeah, I just like the fact that there were there's 3 managers over you, and not a single one of them said, okay, we have this item, and it's on sale, and the sale price isn't ringing up correctly. Let's just put it in manually, because we're allowed to sell it for that.
Well, we couldn't put it into the machine manually. We actually had to math it out.
Yeah, because, how hard is it to math out? On sale for $8.99. Item is worth $8.99.
Here's the
Put in system at $8.99.
Here's the thing about it.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't know how to do it. I know how
Yeah.
to math it out. I've done it before.
Yeah.
It's just I was told not to do it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
And then he comes back here and tells me to do it. I'm like,
yeah.
ah!
It's when you just go, look, Randy, I'm not trying to be argumentative, and I'm not trying to suck. I'm just telling you that 3 managers above me and you have both told me not to do this, and so I'm just listening to them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that was...
It's like... There's some times when you don't listen to your upper managers. They don't know what they're talking about. You just do it the way they don't want you to do it.
Yeah, when Randy came back,
yeah, it's just...
To me, that tells me that the lady wouldn't take no for an answer.
Yeah, well, obviously, she wouldn't take no for an answer.
I
get that.
Yeah, I told my friend just to tell her, come back tomorrow and we'll sell it to her for that price.
At the $8.99 price.
Yeah.
Like, we will do that tomorrow. It's fine. Just explain that this went down. You can get it tomorrow at that price.
So, I'm guessing what happened is he told her this. She wanted to take no for an answer, and he's like, okay, I'm going to get the manager. Would you like to talk to him? And she's like, yes.
It's like, here you go.
And then the manager, Randy, comes back and talks to me.
Yeah, it's like...
Well,
and here's the fundamental problem. It seems like you have too many layers of management here. It's like, fundamentally, it's like there should be 3 layers. It's like there should be general employees, department manager, store manager, and then no one else. So you should only have to deal with Randy and 1 person above you. And yet there's like 4 people here.
yeah.
It's like, what are these other people?
So
Why are you here?
the meat cutters of my department are managers. So I have 2.
Yeah, it's like, why do you...
But
why?
Mark is the main one.
Yeah.
He's the guy over all of us. Anyways,
so
we have him.
They have the term manager wrong.
Yeah.
They're using the term manager
And the
wrong.
guy above him would be the night manager, and that would be Randy.
Why
And
would
then
he be above him?
Above him would be the store manager, and that's John.
Yeah. Like, it's like, it's like, okay, I get store manager being top. That makes sense. Why is Randy above the day manager? Why wouldn't they be at the same level? Because one's the day manager, and one's the night manager. So they should be at same seniority.
Yeah, so...
Also, and again, why is everyone in your department managers?
I think it's like that because of how their shift works. John usually... Like, they alternate night manager shifts, but John is the main manager of the
I get
entire
it, but
store.
it's just like, it's like...
But,
It's like you have the store manager, and then... Well, okay. It's...
Yeah, Randy can work as
like
the store manager, in quotes.
It sounds like what his title then should be is assistant store manager.
Yeah, but
because
no,
that's what his
everybody
job
calls them night manager, but we don't call the store manager the day manager.
Yeah, but but if
weird.
one's the night manager, one's the day manager. Do you mean store manager and assistant store manager? Because that would make sense. And then you would have a department manager, and then you would have employee
Of the month?
No, just employees in general.
But, yeah,
Like,
just...
What the actual hell? No wonder nobody wants to work at your store. No one can figure out who the hell to go to with a problem.
But yeah,
Like-
it's... So... I'm half mad at that situation and half not mad.
Yeah,
because
literally the first thing that you should have been told is when you go to talk to a manager, because at this point I have no idea who the hell you talk to. That's fine. I don't want clarified. At this point, when you talk to the first manager in quotes, they should have said, "Oh yeah, if the sale price doesn't ring up correctly, sell it at the sale price. Just manually put it in at the sale price and just sell it for that." Because that's what it's supposed to be at. The thing is wrong.
And no one told me
And
to
that
do that.
should have been the first thing you were told. And then you do that, and the customer would be happy.
Yeah,
and then the problem would fucking go away.
Because here's the thing about doing it manually.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in so long
Yeah.
that I just didn't think to do it.
Yeah, it's like, it's not a common thing.
The last time I had to do it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years!
Yeah, because surprisingly, all the prices are correct.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah, I haven't had a pricing problem for a while.
So it's like, but you'd think that should just be a default thing that immediately comes to everybody's mind. Yeah, if it's on sale for that, put it in for that.
I'm going to try to think of that first.
Yeah.
That way I don't get shit from everybody and won't have this situation again, but...
It's like...
yeah, just...
Because it's not a situation where it wasn't on sale. It was on sale. Yes. That's true. It wasn't a situation where it was a day late or something. It was the right day. It's just the system was like, no, this isn't a real sale. Sorry.
The only thing I could maybe back off... Okay, I can maybe back off from the customer a little bit because that sale was only happening today.
Yeah. It's like,
so
I get the customer.
I
understand the customer being like, no, you won't sell it at that price. But it's like, ma'am,
I'm literally telling you
I
will.
have confirmed with the like store managers. If you come in tomorrow and get this and tell them you were having a pricing problem and that you were told you could get it for the sale price the next day, they will give it to you for that price. I just can't resolve your problem right now.
Yeah,
I can't fix it in our system.
She didn't even say, like, oh, I'm having company over, that's why I need it today, or something like that. No, I just want it today because
it's on sale. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
I understand you, but you are getting it at this
It's like,
price.
you'll get it at the sale. I just can't provide that today because it literally isn't working. We only have one, and it's pricing wrong, and we can't fix the problem.
But
it's not that I'm going to sell it to somebody else. I can't sell it at all today because it's broken.
But yeah, she just wasn't taking no for an answer. I need to ask my friend what kind of shit she gave him. Because, like, I need to hear the whole story.
It's just like, oh my god. Like, this woman. I feel like I know why the husband was so understanding, because he has to deal with that all the damn time. Just like, woman, would you shut up for once, please?
And it was an elderly woman, like, probably in her 50s if I had to bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's how the husband looks.
Yeah,
so
and the husband's just like, oh my god, woman, just shut up, please. It's fine. They have promised you will get the sale price. Just calm down. There's a system problem. It's fine.
Yeah, so...
No, they're gonna lie to me. I can't do that.
So he was probably the only highlight of the entire thing. Like, I mean, Randy backing off was also
Randy being like,
helpful.
oh, I completely understand the situation.
Yeah.
Like, well, because I'm assuming you said to Randy that you'd gone to the other managers and, like, they had told
after I
you
said
not
that,
to...
He
he's like, oh, okay, I get it. They're incompetent. Okay, he's just like, look, I understand. They're incompetent. Just do it. Do it this way. They're wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, Randy's like, no, oh god, I understand. I understand this problem. I've been yelling at them for years about this shit. It's just ignore them.
Yeah, so...
It's like... Oh,
and here's the thing, I kind of do want to
to
listen to Randy more because Randy is older than all of them.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. Here's the thing you gotta understand. Randy has gone through, like, probably several name changes of this business at this point. There's a reason he hasn't been fired. It's not because he isn't, like, argumentative, and it's not because he isn't the kind of person who'll just ignore what the fuck management says. It's because if they fire him, they won't know how to change the price in the system. They literally will not be capable of running their business if they fire him. Sometimes, once you've been there enough, you know exactly what buttons to push and exactly what buttons not to push. You know, yeah, management told me not to do this. They're wrong. I'm going to do it anyways because it's my job to do what they're telling me not to do.
yeah.
And there are some things you don't do.
Plus,
So, this is one of the cases I'll be like, yes, just listen to Randy. Because, here's the thing. Here is my actual advice. Always listen to Randy. Because he is the assistant store manager. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. And if you do something and somebody yells at you, you just say, Randy told me to do that, and they can go fuck with Randy if they have a problem with it.
yeah, and here's the thing. Like, I love Randy, guys. It's hard for me to get to this point, but me and Randy actually have a little bit of a friendship.
We have a connection here.
But I can just tell he's the type of guy you do not want to piss off.
No, exactly. And that's why when he's been here so long and he knows what he's doing, just listen to Randy. Okay? If anyone, the only person who's going to give you shit for listening to Randy is the actual store manager, in which case he'll go yell at Randy, because that's his job.
So
And Randy will eat him out.
yeah,
But that may be the wrong turn of phrase.
like
I think that's phrases. Is that phrase still valid?
what?
Eating somebody out, or is that that phrase?
No, that's
Because that phrase has another meaning, but I think it's not big enough that I think that phrase is still valid.
yeah. Like guys, I have
I'm gonna look this up.
like I have
Not on Urban Dictionary.
I've had a rocky relationship with Randy. Now it's pretty good. Like
Yeah.
you know, me and him won't automatically yell at each other if we, but like I could tell when I got there, like since I was the new guy, he just didn't know me too well. He didn't know what kind of shit I'd pull, so I kind of understand that. Cause you wouldn't believe how many people we've gone through in the meat department. I'm sure Randy has heard every excuse for everything.
No, I think that is. I think I am using the term wrong. There's another very similar phrase. And I can't
Chewing
think
you
of-
out.
Yes, I think that's it. Yeah. Let me just make sure of that. I'm pretty sure you're right.
But anyways,
Yes, please use chew out, don't use eat out. Those have very different meanings.
But anyways,
See,
like-
this is the kind of problems that somebody who doesn't have like English as their first language will make all the time. And it's just like, "Oh man, you don't know what you just said." And I'm laughing, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
but anyway, this is how I know my relationship with Randy has improved.
Uh-huh.
He only yelled at me for like a minute.
Yeah. And then you explain,
then
here's what's going on. And he's like, I understand.
So
Don't listen to the other man.
now, if you remember the other situation
Yeah.
where the one lady was like, "I'm going to immediately report you."
Yes. That was several hours long.
He yelled at me for a good 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he stopped listening to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he
Now,
just wasn't understanding.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that
this
was
time, you've gotten to the point where he listened. He's like, understood. Put the price in manually. Just don't ignore the other management. Ignore everybody else. They're wrong.
yeah. So
Why was that not the first thing somebody recommended? What kind of store isn't
don't
just fix the
know.
price?
because we rely on machines so much.
Yeah. By the way, guys, as another story of ignoring management, I'm gonna give a bit of a personal thing that happened recently that I'm not gonna give any indication of where I work, to just in case that somebody I know watches this. But we've been having an issue in one of our systems where there is a location in our system that should not exist. It's a location that used to be assigned to like a department that does not exist anymore. Like this department just doesn't exist, but there's still a location for that department. And so sometimes things will be assigned to that department, and it will piss everyone off. So after about like a year of people being pissed off about it, still being there, I have removed it. I just went in and just deleted the department. So now no one can assign things to that department incorrectly. So far, I have not seen any problems caused by this. So
Get that man a promotion.
I'm hopeful that there's no problems, because although I do feel bad for somebody, because I had to go. I was cleaning out our department, and we had some random crap that needed to go into a different department. And so I was gonna take it to the guy who handles this thing. So I went to his office, and his door was locked, and the lights didn't seem to be on. And so normally that just means he's out for the day. So I opened the door. No, he has one light on that's in the back corner where no one can see it but him, unless you're in the main offices. So you'd have to come from a different direction to see that he was in his office. And he was in a in a Discord call meeting with somebody. And I'm just like, oh fuck. So I just was like, I'm gonna leave. I knew not to say anything. I'm just like, out. I just felt so bad because I'm just like, had I known he was in a meeting, I would not have entered his office. But just like, you can't see anything from that angle. It's just like,
yeah,
that's like, oh crap.
Hey, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But
He never came back out because I was going to apologize to him, but he never came out that day. So I'm just like, well, I'm guessing he was in meetings all day.
But yeah, I made sure not to text the woman manager. Because if I would have said, yeah, Randy told me to tell this, she would go yell at Randy. So I'm like, I'll let them find out tomorrow.
It's like, I'll let Randy deal with that.
Yeah, I just didn't say anything.
Because if the way you do it is if she comes to you and asks, you then say, yeah, Randy instructed me to do this, and then she can go yell at Randy. Because Randy is technically over her, right? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, Randy said do this. So then she can go try to yell at Randy, and Randy will kill her. It's like, I'm sorry, we literally were going to potentially lose out on a sale and have to hear another 4 hours of an old lady yelling at us because we couldn't sell her an item that we could just put the fucking price in manually. It's like...
Yeah, here's the thing about the woman manager in my department. I like her. I have a better relationship with her than Randy.
Yes.
But
she's a bit of a loudmouth, I'm guessing. Yeah. It's like...
That, and... I want to describe her as, like, a hostile takeover. Cause
hostile takeover!
It seems like she is trying to be the one who tries to run the whole department.
Yeah, she wants to be the assistant manager.
No, she wants to be the manager.
Well, yeah, but she wants to be the assistant manager. She wants to become the manager, and for that she needs to become the assistant manager. But the problem is the assistant manager is Randy. And so when the manager leaves, he's going to be the store manager.
No.
So
I'm saying manager in the meat department.
Oh, in the meat department. Wait, so... Right, okay, sorry. Again, my mindset is that manager means not standard employee. Yep. So this is a meat cutter.
Yes.
Got it, okay. So the fake manager wants to become a real manager. Got it. That's fine. But Randy.
Like, she oversees the meat department just like Mark, and she has pretty much the same duties as Mark.
But she's not a real manager.
But she is not the manager.
Yeah, exactly. She is the assistant meat cutter manager.
Like, what? I want to say that you can tell Mark is more experienced than her because he's older than her. Much older.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, and sometimes that doesn't matter, but... You can always tell when somebody has been doing a job for a while and has more experience at them, especially when everyone goes to that person over you.
Yeah. And everyone does. Everybody always goes to Mark first. I mean, I called Mark first.
Yes.
So.
And the fact that he didn't tell you to change the price is kind of annoying.
That did annoy me, yes.
It's just like, dude, you've been doing this for years. Why didn't you think of this?
Maybe he doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to remember who showed me. I think Randy showed me.
Probably.
I think Randy is the one who showed me.
I'm guessing Randy has done pretty much every job at this business.
I don't know. I haven't asked him, actually.
Because if given the description, I'm going to guess he is basically the assistant store manager in, like, all but name. He's probably had to jump in everywhere. So he probably knows how to do basically everything.
Yeah, I mean, he will, like... I know he covers for people up front.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd do the same for me, but...
Yeah, I mean, he might have had to do it for you.
No, I don't go on breaks, so
That's
he's never had to do it.
By the way, I found out that, oh yeah, you're on struggle. That's good.
Oh, no.
No, I found out that apparently, under the law, the whole you have to have a lunch break, that you have to have at least, I think it's 30-minute or an hour lunch break. I don't know which exactly is required. And a 15-minute break every 4 hours. Yeah. I think it's you have to have, for every 4 hours you have to have a 15-minute break, and for every 8 hours you have to have a lunch break. Only applies if you work full time. As in, you have to be working 40 hours a week.
So it's actually fine that I don't take a break.
Yeah. Well, if they offer you a break, you probably should take that break. If they don't offer you one, I don't think they're legally required to.
Yeah, because to me, my break is when I get everything done. And I have literally like 2 hours to myself.
Yeah. Well, it's really not a break, because the whole point of a break is that you're not doing work. But yes, I get you.
Like, guys, I literally get done with my stuff so quickly, I only have to wait on customers for the rest of the day.
No, you don't. Legally, you don't have to take breaks. Like your 15-minute breaks, you don't have to take those. You do have to take a lunch break. If you are if you work enough that they say you have a lunch break, you have to take that. That is non-optional.
What happens if you don't?
I think that the business can be sued for like workplace violations. So they will probably just say they will probably mandate you do it. They will just say, no, we're going to set, you can't work during this time if you don't start taking it whenever you want.
Ooh, brilliant Snom.
So, but yeah, I didn't know that that was you had to be 40 hours. Or like you have to approach 40 hours. I don't know the exact cutoff, but like you have to basically be an 8-hour
full-time to...
Not even that you have to be full-time, it's just that I think you have to be basically working 8 hours a day for that to apply.
I think there was only one time I got close to 40. I had like 30-something hours. I had like 38 or something like that.
Yep. So during that week, they probably would have had to offer it, but...
Yeah, it's just, here's the problem with my work, guys. If I take a break at all, something will not get done.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem. That implies you should have somebody else working there.
Yeah, but do
they really need that many meat cutters that they have? That they can't have one of them be not a meat cutter?
Yeah, because it's too much on Mark. I know he has more than me to do. So.
But yeah.
But anyways.
But yeah, it sounds like the business's side is terrible.
Here's what pisses me off.
Yep.
So they were like, okay, so they had a thought beginning of this year. It's like, okay, you actually do need help. Yeah. We'll have someone with you like a couple days a week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
On certain days. I'm like, okay.
Sure.
Yes. Now they're at the mindset of, oh, you don't need that anymore.
Uh-huh. Right.
And it's pissing me off.
Yeah. Or it's like, yeah, just like fucking assholes. Well, it's probably a situation where it may not even be that they're thinking like, oh, well, he's gotten good enough that he doesn't need that. It might literally be a situation where they're like, we're going to say that because we legit don't think we can get somebody. Because nobody seems to want to work there. So
that's true.
Like it might not
I wish they would tell me that so I'd be less pissed.
Yeah. It's sometimes openness is good. Just tell the employee the problem.
It's like, look, I understand. It's hard for you to find people. It is. It really is.
Because their business sucks.
We only had one person that was just as competent as me.
Yeah.
He's still there, but he left for quite a while.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I talked about him.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I loved this guy. I could relate to him so much.
Yep.
Like, he didn't play video games, but
he's very relatable.
We talked a lot about music and such like that.
Yeah.
He hunts and fishes. I'm like, oh, okay.
Makes sense. Yep.
But anyways, so while he was working with us, I met his wife once.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know this because I'm like, why is so and so not showing up anymore? He's like, oh, his wife got caught stealing. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, that'll do it.
What do you mean by that? And they're like, well, so what happened was apparently his wife just walked out with a cart of stuff one day at a store. I'm like, oh, fuck.
One of their stores.
And they let her do it.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, okay, let's wait till she comes back and see if she'll do it again.
Yeah.
She does it again, she gets arrested.
Yep. It's one of those situations where it's like, she could just be forgetful. Well, and here's the thing. I don't know if we've talked about this on camera. At one point, my mother was specifically instructed by the business. Like, she was approached by one of the managers and told to try to steal something. Or more specifically, it was the situation where an employee was being tested to see if they actually were doing their job. And so she literally was like, okay, leave this in your cart. Don't put it on the counter, on the register. And see if she rings it up or not. And she didn't. And so the manager was just literally like, yeah, just take it. Like, the manager was trying to be like, no, she didn't ring it up. Because she went over to the manager to talk about it afterwards, after she scanned everything. The manager's like, no, do not pay us for it. Because it's her job to get it, to make sure it's paid for. So, she didn't do her job correctly. Go. Like,
that's
so
amazing.
Literally, yeah, so yeah, yeah, my mother has worked basically for a day as one of the people who tests, like, whether or not the business does their job correctly. So she effectively was, I say paid to steal something, but the payment was she got the thing for free.
That's beautiful.
Basically they probably were just like, we'll chalk it up as that. We're going to say that was testing our staff. If it happens again, we're calling the police.
Yeah. So...
Yeah. What? So I'm guessing it was a situation where the store said, hey, your wife stole something. We'd like you to take some leave of working here.
No, he got... So she got arrested, and he, I guess, talked to her, and apparently they had words, and he's like, okay, I need to get away from you.
Gotcha.
So he moves back to where he was born. He was born in Florida.
Gotcha. Yeah, he moved home to... as effectively a divorce, or like at least leaving.
I'm going to call it administrative leave. Or...
Yeah, he went on administrative leave. Yeah, like that makes sense.
So he was gone for 2 months.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then
I imagine the company was probably like, yeah, that sometimes you can take administrative leave and the company isn't appreciative of that. This might be one of those situations where it's like, yeah, your wife just stole from us. It probably would raise less eyebrows if you did that.
It wasn't our store that she stole from.
Yeah, but like, I'm saying corporate overall, like that. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, and I was really happy to hear that he came back, but we couldn't hire him in our department for some damn reason because, we already had another guy. I'm like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because originally we had 3 guys. Yeah. We had me, some other guy that I didn't, well... I know his name. It's just I don't know him too well.
Yeah.
And then
the guy who just left.
The guy who trained me.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, yeah, we originally had 3 people working at night.
Yeah.
But not always together. The only nights we worked together
1
were
to 2
on holidays.
Yeah, 1 to 2 at a time, maybe 3 on holidays.
So, yeah, just So
now
I don't know.
It's like
now
people.
He's working in the produce department. I'm like,
now it's like 2 people.
Yeah,
never
only 2,
more than 1.
And never more than 2.
Yeah, and never more than 1 a night.
And here's the real kicker.
Yeah.
So, of course, the guy that we've had for only 2 months, he quit.
Yeah.
So he's gone.
Yep.
And guess who they hire? Another old guy.
Yep.
It's like, oh my god, like.
Because generally, older people are viewed as more reliable by companies because they, have been around more.
Guys, I want you to understand. I have no offense towards an older guy.
I have no offense toward the elderly.
It's just here in my line of work. It's just I've dealt with people who are the same age as me who are lazy, and I've dealt with elderly people who can't get around as fast as me.
You just saw a redacted insurance lizard commercial. Wait, Geico had a Cuphead commercial?
I saw a weirder Geico commercial the other day.
Why did it auto-send?
What was it? Geico did something with a video game. I don't remember what it
Cuphead,
was.
apparently.
It wasn't Cuphead.
They did it with a different one?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. In my line of work, I've dealt with people who are the same age as me that are lazy.
Yes.
I've dealt with elderly who can't get around too good and eventually just quit.
Yep.
And I've dealt with elderly who are lazy.
Yep.
So I'm just saying,
You've dealt with people who are lazy a lot.
I'm getting tired of dealing with old people who, yeah.
Hello, Croc.
Hey, Croc.
Sorry to hear that you can only be here for 10 minutes, but we appreciate you for 10 minutes.
So,
I mean, we appreciate you outside of the 10 minutes, but, like,
yeah,
we'll appreciate your company for the amount of time you give us.
this old guy will just have to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Because
That's fine. Yep.
Again, the whole time I've worked, we've only had one decent good.
Yep.
Like, okay, never mind. We've had two.
Yeah.
They,
Most of the people who are good leave your department.
He did. The one who left my department, who is also decent at his job, was the guy who I was talking to today about the lady.
Yep.
My friend, my high school friend up front. Him.
Croc, I don't know what that is. Any clue? It is a town.
I thought.
Okay.
I thought it was a Viva Las Vegas joke. But
I thought it was a convention of some kind. That is all I'm saying. Okay, gotcha. That's fine. Just, well, hope you have fun in Viva, not Las Vegas.
anyways, so the two best people we had was the guy who's in the produce department, the
Yep.
one about the wife.
Yep.
And the one who's working up front.
Yep.
Who I went to high school with.
Yeah.
Now,
Who you get to now ask how the hell that conversation went.
So, he quit in our department because he gets cold really easily.
Yeah.
So
Because you're out in the
couldn't
fridges a lot.
he couldn't stand the cold.
Makes sense.
Which is funny because one day when it was super hot
Uh-huh.
and I was working and he was
Uh-huh.
working, he came back. He's like, I'm just going to stand in the grinder room for a little bit because of how hot I'm in. I'm like, oh, so now you want to be cold.
Yeah, now you want to be back here.
So, yeah, we laugh about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I let him back there. It's like, yeah, you're not hurting me, none. Go knock yourself out.
V-Fay.
But anyway,
It's fine, Croc. Whatever.
I'm just hopeful that
I hope you have fun wherever the hell that is.
I'm just hopeful we get someone who's gonna stick around.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason that you're going.
Because I have outlasted everyone,
Yeah.
including two people who are working longer there than me.
Yep.
Sorry, three.
See, similar things happened at my work where I was, like, I'm here. Like, I'm still there, but the manager of the... To put this into your terms, okay. So, we have the corporate offices there, so we have extra layers of managers because we have, like, the director of our division, and then, like, who's basically a vice... like a VP, but who doesn't get called a VP because they don't want to pay him to be a VP. So then we have the like VPs of the company, who are also there. So I'm ignoring all that. So we have the actual building manager who was in our department.
Do you think I'm a good person?
Mostly, Croc.
You're here to support us, so on some level,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I'd say you're mostly a good person.
Am I a good person?
Like, it's hard to answer the question of, is X person a good person? Because, like,
Well, you haven't killed anyone yet.
it's like, I mean, everyone's probably got stuff about them that's shit. So, like, but, like, in general, I enjoy your company, and you are very, like, you're a nice guy. Sure. Absolutely. Like,
I mean, you haven't tried to cuss us out on anything. So.
I will never kill a person.
Oh, good.
I mean, you do threaten arson a lot. But yeah, overall, I think you're fine. Yeah, I know, Croc. I feel like Anna's more likely to kill somebody than you. And I don't think Anna would disagree with that.
Yeah, she has her first target right here.
Why am I her target?
Because you just talk shit about her.
She doesn't kill people that talk shit about her, and that's also not talking shit about her. Satan Croc's the one talking shit about her. Like,
we're
stating
all on her
fact.
hit list, let's be honest.
I'm not. I have
to. She's just slowly crossing off names on her list.
I am not
next?
on her hit
Too
list.
gross.
She also doesn't have a hit list.
Anyways, just
Like, I'm defending her character. I'm just saying that she's more likely to kill someone than Croc is, which I think is true. Like, between the two of them, if you forced one of them to murder someone, I'd think Anna would do it first. Like, I'm not saying that she's going to.
but yeah.
I'm being forced to have a comparison here.
Continuing talking about my work. So, this is the level...
Yes, Croc, what's your question?
This is the level of, like, clout I have in my meat department. So, him and the store manager are talking about employees coming and going from the meat department. He's like, well, so this is my... the main meat manager talking.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you're going to really see some difference when younger bro leaves.
Yeah, the department won't exist. I mean, Croc, I don't need to ask questions about griefers. Like, it's probably not bad, but just don't do anything against the rules.
Yeah, so my manager is like, you will regret not having younger bro here.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, it's a time. Like, they know it's coming.
Yeah, Mark thinks I'm going to quit tomorrow, and it's like, no, Mark.
Why does he think you're quitting tomorrow?
Because everybody just quits like that, and they don't give.
Oh,
any
you
reason.
think he thinks you're gonna quit just out of the blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go through.
Have I been pardoned? Is Croc? Do you guys have a Minecraft server where Croc is like a judge or something? Like, what the?
Anyway, I want to go through
Or like a mob boss? Like, what the fuck?
I want to go through like the proper way of quitting in quotes or leaving.
No.
God damn it, I ran. Anyway, I don't know what the proper way to quit a job is. Like, I don't know like the.
But here's the thing. Depends on.
A lot of people tell me to say, "Oh, you're putting in a 2-week notice."
Yeah. Here's the thing. So here's why you have so many people who just quit out of the blue. We are in an at-will state. What that means is, that in an at-will state, every party to a contract and for a employment contract can sever the contract whenever they want for any reason, and they don't have to tell you why.
Oh, that's that thing. Yeah, okay.
I think that's a shit way of running a business. But that is how it works in our state. So, that means that an employee does not have to give notice. You can just quit. You can just never show back up again.
Yeah, and I don't want
You don't have to give notice.
And
but
I don't want to do that.
the accepted practice is to give 2 weeks notice. There's 2 reasons for this. One, it gives the company time to find new employment. Or 2, it gives the company time to bribe you with a better salary.
Yeah, I'm quitting for a job that's probably going to offer me $20 on the spot.
Someone kicked her from the server and she couldn't log in.
Anyway, so yeah, they would have to offer me $20 to work in that department.
Yeah.
What
They would probably have to do, it's like, what they'd probably have to do would be like, yeah, I want to be the actual real manager of the whole department, not just a fake manager.
But I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I know, but that's what they'd have to do. They'd have to give you that job.
I'd have to be the night meat manager in a way.
Well, I don't even know if they have that.
But
again, it's
no,
like,
they don't.
Yeah.
They'd have to make a new title for me.
Yeah.
But
I think they need to spend more time or less time making new titles and more time figuring out a way to make their business
it's
work
just
better.
the problem with running the meat department in quotes is I have to learn how to cut, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, there's clearly two different departments here, isn't there? Because there's the meat cutting division, and then there's whatever you're doing, because that's not really the meat. That's a separate thing, isn't it?
No, I'm still in the meat department.
It's okay, gotcha. But it's like meat cutting is a specialized field within that department, so it's like, and the manager has to do that. Got it.
Yeah. So, and Mark keeps saying, "Oh, I'm gonna have you be my apprentice." I'm like, no.
it's like, yeah. It's like that makes sense. I'm not doing it.
Plus, here's the other reason why I want to stop the job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done getting soaking wet
Yeah,
every night.
Yeah. Instead, you can go off and do like plumbing or something and get soaking wet every night.
Cause you don't want to know how fucking cold I get, especially during the winter.
Here's the thing. I've been inside a Walmart distribution center because that was one of the places I've applied before. So I've seen like their freezer section. I know exactly how cold you can get.
I swear I get colder than that.
Yeah, so it's like,
but
literally they during the tour, they walked us from the hot side to the cold side. So we ended in minus 20 degrees or colder.
Yeah, and I have to walk out in the snow with soaking wet clothes on with a coat. And it's not really helpful.
Pardon was the unban command, and unban was removed. I mean, I think it depends on the kind of server you have. If you're using standard Minecraft commands, I'm not certain. But if you have specialized commands for the server, then that's probably... You might have a special command that was renamed.
But yeah, guys, all in all, I've had a shit day. The only thing that can make this day better is if I get the shiny.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about something that's not business related for once.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of fun stories.
Yeah, but it's like...
So, in my line of work now, I've had 2 really bad stories.
Yeah.
And that one was
Yep.
pretty bad. It's just like this.
Okay. Before we stop talking about business stuff, I will talk about my company since I started talking about it. So we have, outside of like our corporate stuff that's separate from our like main business. They just happen to be in the same building. We have the manager of the entire building, who was in my department. He left. He retired.
Okay.
My immediate manager was his apprentice, or his, like, assistant. He became the main building manager. At this current time, they then brought somebody else in to join in our department. There is now no manager of our department. That manager, my immediate manager, becomes the manager of the building. He then quits. So then they have an opening for that manager and my immediate manager. There's just no managing there. None of them.
Yeah, I've also outlasted...
Those are the universal commands? Okay, got it.
I've also outlasted 2 of the store managers.
So now my department has, like, 3 people in it. And, like, I'm the lead in that department. There still is not a manager of my department.
Dang.
Just one has not been made yet. And it's been something they talked about, and it's just nothing's came of it. So...
But yeah, guys, I
still have my specialized title, but it's like... Yeah, but I'm still not the manager of the department.
But yeah, just...
And everybody comes to me with questions, so... You gonna do something about this? Like, I don't even care if I'm the manager. I'm just like, just do something with it, please.
Yeah, just tell me if I'm the manager or not. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think they just finished fixing the other one. So the big building, building manager has now been fixed because they swapped our building manager with the building manager from our other facility and had somebody from our facility, or somebody who like has worked all around the company. He came in and trained to be the manager of the other facility. And hell, he comes to me with questions. So like, I get contacted from the building manager of in another state. He's like across the country, the other side of the country. He contacts me before he contacts our building manager.
Just ask her to be the manager.
Like, that's the thing. He came to me about this already. So it's not a situation where like it's a situation where they've been like trying to look for somebody that they think fits the role, and they were like, when they approached me, they were like, okay, we know you, but we also know you. So it's like, here's the things that we would like you to work on. And so I've worked on those things, but it's not like they've denied doing that. It's just they haven't moved forward with anyone. So it's like, it's a thing they're already they'll work on. So it's like, so
they're considering.
Yeah, exactly. It's something in consideration. It's just been in consideration for 5 months now or something. And no one has been denied or approached. So it's like, it's something I don't want to broach because it's like, there might be stuff going on in the background I don't know about, and I don't think it's appropriate for me to broach that. I'm also kind of the guy who just doesn't do that anyways. So it's like, I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing now, and then eventually they'll decide someone's the manager, and that's fine. And again, I don't really care if it's me. I'd like it to be me, but like, if they choose somebody else, that's fine. Just, I'd like there to be a manager.
But yeah, just don't be afraid. If you do want the position, I'd say go for it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's not that I directly want the position. It's more a situation of...
Do you not know how to affect this?
No. It's not that. The only effect it will have is the manager in that department has more responsibility for, like, if you need to come in early, if no one's available to come in early, you come in early. And if nobody's available to stay late, you stay late. And that's already what I do now. So, it's just... The thing with my department is that we have to be the most time flexible. And my policy is I'm always available, but everyone else tends to be more enthusiastic about staying. So, like, we have the person who's newest has stayed sometimes to, like, train to open and close. But the other guy who came in, like, a year after me, who transferred from a different part of one of the other departments, he just enjoys staying late. Like, that's just his thing. He likes staying late. So he just does it most of the time.
Okay.
Like, I've told him, like, yeah, if you ever need me to, just let me know. I will come in. I'm always available. But he just prefers coming in early. So it's like, everybody I talk to about that knows that. That, like, it's not a situation where, like, I don't want to come in early. It's just everyone else is more enthusiastic about coming in early than I am. And I'm like, I'm not going to fight this. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, sometimes you know what battles to pick. And you know when to say, you want to do it that badly? Then you get to do it. It's like, that's the case with this. So, but yeah, I already do that whenever is needed. That was about to happen on Thursday, where one of them was potentially going to run late and was like, and the building manager wasn't even going to be there. And so she was just like, oh yeah, if you need, like, you're good to stay. And I'm like, yep, absolutely. So, but then they ended up showing up on time.
Yeah.
Every time that I'm the only one there, they never show up late. But when other people are there, they always show up late.
I guess so.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, Anna.
No.
Yeah,
so
not Croc.
you
Yeah,
used to Croc being it.
I'm used to Croc being the one responding most of the time. Well, and also I'm tired. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of editing today.
But yeah, I do agree with my meat manager. When I leave, they're probably fucked.
Yeah.
Because
well, see, that's the other thing. My company said well, they haven't said the same thing. They would probably be fine without me, but we've had 2 people leave from our department. We still have 3. We actually need that many people a good amount of the time. About 50% of the time, we need 3 people. I know, I know.
Plus, he was just here.
I just said Croc because I just responded to Croc previously. I know you are not Croc. But anyway, so, yeah, so both of them left, and we had a meeting about the department at one point. And, the boss, the director was talking to me about, like, oh yeah, we need to make sure that all of them, like, the other people in the department know how to do these things. Because at some point, there was a piece of software. I was gone for a day, and one of the softwares, they couldn't figure out how to fix the problem. So they actually had to call the company that makes the software to ask for help on how to get the software to work, and all they needed to do was put in, like, one piece of information. And it was something they all should know, but they just all forgot. They basically didn't price quote it. To put this into the same perspective we were just talking about earlier. They didn't do the very obvious thing. So just yesterday, I finished writing up a document exactly explaining how to do that whole process because we just started another, like, building. And the manager of that building's been calling me asking for this process information. And I'm like, no, I'm fucking done answering these questions on this process information. Because he called me like 6 times to ask questions on this. Sometimes I just didn't have my phone on me. So he went to somebody else after me. Again, they default to asking me. So it's like, I basically am the manager. I just don't get the title yet. So, yeah. Again, not the point. But, so I just finished writing up the documentation on this for the purposes of sending to him. So that it's like, here you go. This should help answer your questions. And help you train people on how to do this. Because it's like... Because just to be clear, this is one piece of software covering one part of that software. It was a 10-page document. So, I wrote up a 10-page standard operating procedure for one portion of one software.
Because...
And the new warehouse manager, like the new manager of the building, came over and was like, hey, I see you have a long list of notes on your desk. What's all that? And I'm like, potential standard operating procedures I might need to write in the future. And it's literally 2 pages of, like, maybe 18 to 20 documents of, like, here's things that could potentially need standard operating procedures.
That's great.
I'm not sure if your statement about the company being fine without you is true anymore. Hush, Anna. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying previously, we had that meeting about that software that I just now wrote up the documentation on how to do so that if I leave, they know how to use the software. I joked, it was like, oh yeah, so in case I leave, and the director literally is like, you're not going anywhere. Like, the director was like, he was being, like, he was joking, but, like, yeah, even he's just like, I cannot have another person leave. Like, just...
Okay, that's great.
So it was so great. Like, everybody knew that it was a joke, but, like, because it was just like, yeah, in case you go on vacation or something. It's like, yeah, exactly. So, like, but it was just the fact that we just had 2 people leave, and I joked about that. It was just like, please, no.
Yeah, with you being at this job, if you do find a better paying job.
Yeah, that's the main reason that I do want this manager position, because
it is better pay.
No, not because it's a better pay. It is, but that's not the reason. It's because I shall be respectful of all of the conversation and shall not be hushed. Fair enough, Anna. But no, it's because if I apply somewhere else right now, I have experience, and I have some specific machine experience that might be beneficial, but that's about it. But if you put on your application manager, that applies literally everywhere. It doesn't matter what job you go into, being a manager shows the company this person has been trusted with handling other people and is good enough at the job that they were put in charge of an entire department. It's like, so that's applicable anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason I'd like the manager position, because if I ever did leave the company, that doesn't go away. Like,
and here's
so
the thing
like,
with me, like, I'm trusted enough to where Mark thinks I could be the next meat manager.
exactly. So it's like,
I'm in a good position too.
yeah.
But the only way my next job is going to hear any of that is if they call him.
Exactly. But if you put on your resume manager, they don't have to call for that. I mean, they still might, but they know this person was a manager. That's all you need to say. So it's like, that's the main reason I want this position, is because, yeah, it pays more. That's cool. But, like that's permanently applicable. Because here's the thing. If the YouTube channel takes off, or my board game that I'm building takes off, or literally anything else, other project I do takes off, none of that matters. I don't need the experience. But it probably won't. So, given that I'll probably have to have a real job for 30 plus years going forward, at least, that is permanent experience.
Yeah. I want to try my hand in the lottery and see if I win.
Yeah.
I have this plan.
Just don't. Okay. I'm gonna say, that's totally up to you. Do not treat the lottery like video games.
No.
Don't do that. I'm not saying you will.
I'm not gonna record it if that's what you mean.
No. I'm not saying recording. I'm saying, like, don't treat it like video game microtransactions. Like,
oh, no.
That's like, I don't think you would, but gambling addiction is a very big thing. It is very serious.
Like, this is my...
Do so responsibly.
This is my plan for the lottery, and
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'll get to this point.
Yeah.
Like, once a year, I kind of just want to buy out a certain lottery ticket. I don't know...
Buy the store?
No.
Yeah.
You're not understanding.
No, I know what you mean, but
like, say I go into a gas station and they have an
X.
abundance of this ticket.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy all of it.
That's what I'm saying. You buy out the store of that one ticket.
Of that one ticket.
Yeah, I get you.
And if I lose, then well, I saved up money. I prepared ahead of time for this, so
That's up to you. I don't know how logical that is.
like
but
I have also thought about buying out just the entire gas station, but
I'm not meaning buy out the whole gas station, as in like buy the gas station, or like
no.
or like buy every ticket in the whole store.
That's
But,
what
like, that's
buying all the tickets. I don't know how
don't-
much that would be.
I don't think that's. I think that's too much money. I think that's more money than you think it is. Depending on the tickets.
Because there are some tickets that are like $50 or something like that.
Yeah. So it's like, depending on what what you went for, that could be, even like the $5 tickets could be like thousands of dollars. Like, many thousands.
So my plan...
I'm just saying, do so responsibly and be careful.
So, anyway, my plan is to save up like $2,000, then go and buy out a certain lottery ticket, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And it's going to be random every time. I'm not just going to choose the same one. And if I win, I win. And if I don't, then, oh well, I have to save my money back up.
Gonna kill the store owners if you ever do that.
But
yeah,
anyway,
I would
I just want to
absolutely-
try it once a year.
I would absolutely say don't record that because
No.
that's
No,
yeah, yeah.
that'd give me too much attention.
Yeah, well, that'd give you a lot of attention, and it also, depending on the type of thing you got, could give away the numbers involved and could literally. So, for many reasons, that's a bad idea.
I mean, you could just go redeem it before you upload the
Yeah,
video.
but it's like,
why would you?
Yeah, for many reasons, I don't think that bit would be a good idea, and I think we're in agreement on that.
Here's the thing, like, Mr. Beast, he records him scratching lottery tickets, but I don't know if he
live does that.
Not live, just I don't know if he shows off the ticket saying, "Look, I did win."
Anna, thank you for mentioning that, because yeah, that is thank you for being the responsible viewer, and I will now attempt to fix the game audio.
Motherfucker. Yeah, see, so it's not just the Wii U. Guys, we've had this problem with the Wii U a lot.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. I just literally opened and closed the properties, and now it's there. I shall say something. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't telling you to stop talking, Anna. It was just, like, entirely. I'm just being playful.
But I think you read the same thing twice. But anyway,
but thank you for,
yeah, thank you for letting us know.
Wait, what did I read?
Guys, so far you're the only viewer that's done that.
No, sorry. The thing I was just saying was in response to her saying, I shall say something.
Oh.
Because she had been not saying anything to be respectful of the conversation. So I was clarifying that I was not telling her to be quiet in general.
But still, she's the only person that has said, yeah your audio went out.
Yes. So thank you for being the responsible moderator and friend.
Do we even have her as a moderator?
Yeah, she's the moderator.
Okay. Just making sure we do. But
I was just trying not to butt into the conversation. No, you can absolutely butt into the conversation. That's perfectly fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sometimes we appreciate it because it means that we stop talking about the thing we're talking about. We enjoy banter.
Yeah, okay, if we want to talk about something
Okay,
else,
hold on. It has been over an hour at this point. I'm going to run the ad. Since we've been talking so much, we've not done that. So give me a minute to get a drink and run the ad.
Alright, so let's talk about something else.
It's like, yeah, please.
Alright.
We got a good break.
Well, I mean, we're talking about lottery tickets now.
Yeah. Sure.
So, yeah, with the lottery tickets, it was just going to be like a once-a-year thing. I wasn't planning on recording it. But Mr. Beast has recorded it. I actually don't... I didn't watch his video, so I don't know what all he did. All I know is he scratched off tickets during a video, and that was it. I don't know if he showed the number or anything like that.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
I'm just saying if we did it, we wouldn't show the, like, number.
Yeah.
And we would probably have masks on.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, I think that in general,
but I just don't see the need to do it. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I won the lottery. Now I can do this full time.
Yeah. What I'll say is that, well, here's the thing. Generally, most of the things that are in stores are not like huge amounts of money. So in general, you probably won't get to that point from that. But even ignoring that, like the thing I will say is that I also just do that out of courtesy. One word that I have is respect of people having a conversation. I know.
And we appreciate that, but when our shit is failing, we
well, no.
Really
in this case, she's saying she's out of courtesy doesn't interrupt the conversation.
Well,
Look, Anna, you are part of the conversation as the audience. That is part of your role. So it's like don't feel that like we're having a conversation and you're interrupting us. Like feel like you're involved in the conversation and allowed to be like, hey, let's talk about something else.
Yeah,
That's
guys.
why we do these videos.
But
it's to talk with audience.
I mean, there are stuff that are like $3 million and
Yeah. I'm just saying. I think those are the ones
tickets.
that like buying up the whole store is near impossible because it would cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars to do so. But like that's what I'm saying. We don't know the costs of that, so like that's not something I can speak to.
I haven't done it yet, so I don't know the cost and I don't know how much I have to save up. So
fair enough, Anna.
I'm basically going to save up $1,000 and see what I can buy with just $1,000.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, anyways, thing I was gonna say was, I know we've talked in the past about like, in like real world gaming and stuff like that. I think I'll say I don't count that.
No, I wouldn't count that.
Like,
either.
let's say this way: actual gambling is off the table for the channel.
I don't
like.
I don't want to do actual gaming like slots and such.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
to me, that's like a vacation video.
Yeah, exactly. I would, and I will include lottery ticket stuff in that. I feel like that is in that category. So
yeah,
it's on the edge, but it's like I feel like that fits in that category.
I think that's just something to post about or announce.
Exactly. That's fine. I will agree with that.
It's not.
We are
video
in
worthy.
agreement. A very rare thing here at Two Bros Game Night. Full agreement.
So, anyways, if we want to talk about other things, so there are a couple games I know about that are coming.
Yeah.
Well, I found out that Among Us is getting, let's just say, a port. And it's getting a port to VR.
How the hell is that going to work?
Yeah. I seen the trailer for it. It looks interesting. But yeah, it's going to be on the Oculus, and I think maybe a new VR system coming out.
Okay.
So we might be using something other than Oculus Quest 2, guys. And here's the thing. I literally don't feel the need to get an Oculus One because everything that was on the Oculus One is on the Oculus Quest 2.
Yep.
So just there's no exclusives or anything like that as far as I'm aware. So
no, it's basically like the PS1 and PS2. Like they are
in a way, but here's the problem with playing PlayStation games on the PS2. A lot of them have problems.
From my understanding, that's only with the PS3. Mm-mm. The PS, because from everyone I've ever heard talk about this says that it's PS2 has complete compatibility with the PS1 because it literally has a PS1 in it. It's the full hardware, and PS3 has compatibility issues because it's not fully compatible.
Like, probably over 40 games on the PlayStation have issues being played on the PlayStation 2.
That's fair, but, like, I don't know.
So...
Okay. But, like, yeah, I've got no... That's just what I've heard from everyone who's talked about it. So it's like, I'm not... I have no clue.
Like, we can try emulating PlayStation 1 games. I don't mind that. I'm getting a PlayStation 1. That way we have the option to play it from the PlayStation 1.
In general, my policy is that, well, again, our policy is to always own the games that we play, but assuming it's a game that you have to pay for, obviously.
Well, I'm adding to that. It's like I need it to be playable.
Yeah.
So
my policy is that, specifically, is that playable or not, we have to own the game, and that everything pre-GameCube is always emulated, because in general, the graphics are just objectively so much better on emulation.
And I understand that, but it's just there are some games that we will have issues.
Yeah, there are some, because we've talked about handheld games are a struggle, but like in general, most console games should not have a problem,
be fine.
Because you can just play with a controller. So it's like you can always play with a controller.
So I don't think a PlayStation.
Yeah, PS1 should be fine.
I think that should be fine to emulate. Yeah. It's just I'm not. I want you guys to know this. I'm not that big of a PC gamer. Like I play games on PC, but it's usually the PC exclusives.
Yeah.
Like if I can only play it on the PC, then I'm playing it on the PC.
Yeah.
So if I have the option to play it from the console, I usually choose the console.
Yep. And I'm very similar. My policy is just the fact that
there are some games that do look bad. Like,
Yeah.
Zelda
It's
was one of them, and
my main thing is that the problem is that most of the games on even GameCube, because they don't have HDMI support, the quality looks terrible. GameCube and Wii don't have HDMI support, but they're at that era where the quality is good enough that like you could play them on console and it'd be fine, but that the emulation's still better.
Yeah, I know.
Wii U, there is no reason to emulate because the console itself produces 1080p video.
Yeah.
Seriously? Come on now.
Dude! I don't...
Okay,
guys, we don't know what causes this at all.
Okay, we're gonna have some... Oh, so we're gonna have some problems. Okay. Okay, give me a second, guys. You're not gonna see the video. Okay. So we're gonna keep an eye on if that happens again. If that happens again, then I'm gonna have to
Thanks again, Anna.
I'm gonna have to troubleshoot the entire thing by literally unplugging the capture card. So, yeah, we have no idea why that's happening, but that has happened a couple times.
It's happened
like,
more
recently.
than a couple. Like,
Well,
this,
recently.
This is our current problem recording.
Yep. No, we don't know why it's happening.
Yeah, and see, so it's not the Wii U.
Yeah, no, it's not the console. It's not the Wii U. It's not the Switch. Specifically, because they both do it.
It's our setup.
Yeah.
It has
so
to be our
it's
setup
something in our setup, and I just haven't figured out what it is. So
I just
we'll
don't feel
play
like
around
it's
with
the
it.
capture card because it's too new. It is newer than the wire you have plugged in.
Yeah.
Like, it's only maybe, not even a year old.
Yeah.
But still, it's almost a year old.
Yeah.
Because I got this capture card when we started Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
That was in 2020. Wait, was it? No, it was in 2021. Yeah. Like, early 2021.
No, yeah. We appreciate your apology, Anna, even though it's in no way your fault. Like, we appreciate the thought.
Yeah, we weren't talking about anything too big, really, but...
Yeah. Yeah. This situation should go away once we've moved out and have a new layout, because the big thing, guys, that is going to change when we move out is that our recording setup is going to change entirely, because the big thing is that, one, I'm going to get the full desk that we can completely get under and record sitting at that desk. But the big thing that is going to change is that every single game is going to be recorded and streamed from the same computer. There will not be this other computer. It is only going to be done from the one single computer.
It'll just have like 3 monitors.
Yeah, we're going to have 3 separate monitors, and what we're going to have is like one for chat, one for the stream, and one for the game. But the way it's going to work is we're going to have 2 different computers, one that records the game, and one that streams the game.
Yeah.
And we're going to figure out that whole setup. But the other main thing that's going to cause is every single console game will also be streamed, in quotes, from the PC. Like, it will literally, the consoles will be next to the PC on a shelf, and there will be no extraneous extra wires connecting them. They will just literally go directly into the capture card, directly into the computer. We will eliminate the extension USB cord.
I'm also thinking we have 2 TVs, that way in case we need to do a 2-player game.
Yeah, we'll see what we have to do with that.
Requires us to do it through Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we'll see what we have to do with that.
Like, say we want to do Call of Duty multiplayer together, if you ever wanted to do that with me.
Yep.
That way, we have a TV here, TV there, and we can do it.
Yeah. We'll figure all that out, but yeah.
Like, I mean, Call of Duty has split screening, but the newer games do.
That's weird that the new games don't have split screening. But
I mean, as far as I'm aware, they don't.
Yeah.
It's all online play.
Gotcha. But, yeah, so we will resolve this problem in the not-too-distant future.
But yeah.
But especially if I can nail down what the actual problem is. If it's just the cord, I'll replace the cord. But
Yeah, here's the thing, guys. I would very much like to get... Like, I need to replace the TV I have upstairs. I need to replace both of them. But we're probably going to have a lot of TVs when we move out.
Yep.
So, like I said, the extra TV and then 2 new TVs for me in my room. But
anyways, getting back to, you were talking about games. I was gonna talk about an anime. So, I have a friend at work who was recommending a show. Sorry, she was watching a show, and I ended up watching it with her, and at least one of the episodes. I think it was the first episode of season 2 or 3.
Okay.
And this show is fucking insane.
Oh.
To try to give the best summary as I can of this show. The context behind it is that, in effect, the main characters are magical girls.
Okay.
The way that they are magical girls is that in order for them to use their powers, for their transformation sequence to activate, they have to sing. And they must continue singing throughout the entire battle to maintain their powers. So it is literally a magical girl idol show. And it's like, what the actual fuck is this? Oh, and it's also sort of a mech show, I think.
That sounds like one of the most annoying things.
It sounds super annoying, but from the episode that I watched, the music is like so good that it's like you don't mind that that this weird shit's happening. It's like no, they actually just did a good job. Also,
this is Sailor Moon on Broadway.
Sort of. It's weird. Also, I was very surprised because this show, I looked at the animation on, and the animation is fucking excellent. The studio that does this, like, works on Macross, like one of the big mech shows.
Heard of it.
But their animation is so fucking smooth. Okay. But yeah, it's just a really weird show where it's like, imagine the idol show that you watch all the time, except
they fight.
Except that the reason they're idols is because they need to save the world from aliens and junk, and so they have to practice their singing in order to activate their magical powers to defeat the fucking villains. I'm like, is this some kind of weird, like, I kept being reminded of, like, Super Sentai Force. It's like, is this some kind of weird Super Sentai Force shit? Where it's like,
Sentai Force don't do that.
No, they don't do shit like that, but that's the only thing I could even remind me of. Is like an idol version of Super Sentai Force. Like, it's like, what the actual hell is this show?
Miku's anime.
Might as well be. But yeah, so I have written that series down to investigate later, and I won't tell you what it is.
By the way, guys, we did plan to do a Hatsune Miku series, but it's been delayed.
Thought you were going to the Madoka Magica route description. No, Madoka Magica is a show we're watching later.
But anyways, so guys, we will not do a Hatsune Miku show if we have a strike on the channel. We currently have a strike.
Yeah, because copyright bullshit's going on, Younger Bro has been banned from playing the game until the copyright bullshit goes away.
Yeah, and I had one planned, guys. It was literally gonna be the next series.
So yeah, that has been soft banned for now. For very obvious reasons.
So yeah, guys, but still expect it relatively soon after it expires.
Yep. So that won't be until like midway through the year, so you've got plenty of time to wait.
Yeah, because we have to wait 90 fucking days.
Yep.
Yeah, let's make you wait 90 days instead of a month.
Well, I get why, because they want it to be a meaningful punishment, but like...
Punishment for what?
Yeah, in this situation, yes.
Like, guys, not even kidding. They copyrighted us on something that shouldn't be copyrightable.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, there's an actual... I haven't talked about this on stream, I don't think. Or maybe I did. So there's currently a lawsuit going on where a serial... again, this is in quotes. A serial vexatious litigant. In other words, they're a person that makes... that courts have ruled this person files claims on things that are spurious, that they are not valid,
They're not.
and
Okay.
that they really shouldn't be allowed to continue making legal claims. This person is suing because this claimant accidentally streamed for 2 hours where their software just turned itself on and recorded for 2 hours.
Oh, that's weird.
They then made they had some random noises. Like, they were literally doing, like, mundane things like cleaning and stuff like that, and didn't notice for 2 hours. And then they made some random noises in the video. Or, sorry, according to everybody else, he made those noises. He claims he did not. He claims that the noises were not made by him. It was entirely random. As soon as he saw it, he shut it off. He then put it behind a $20 a month paywall on his, Patreon. No one has paid for that. But the reason he did so was because he wanted to sue people who used that footage. So literally some people who were talking about his bullshit with the copyright system and garbage claims showed his video. He then sued them for $20 a view, saying that every view should have been somebody who paid on his Patreon, so they owed $20 a view for all these people. Again, all this is just the facts of the case. Well, it turns out he had sued all these YouTubers, and also sued YouTube and Twitch and Discord, who had put all, because this video had been posted on those platforms.
God damn it.
He then voluntarily withdrew his claim against YouTube, Twitch, and Discord after they had already removed the content, because YouTube was about to bring a claim that the video was uncopyrightable. Because one of the things about copyright is that copyright has to be... So, here's some copyright fundamentals. Like, the most basic things about copyright. In order for something to be protectable by copyright, it must be authored by a person intentionally. So, you cannot train an animal to take a photo of itself, and that be a copyrightable thing. It has to be something that a human being made, and it has to be something that they put some creative expression in some way. So if you do something by accident, generally speaking, that can't be copyrighted either. So if you or more specifically, it has to be something that you didn't intentionally make and had no creative expression in doing. If a photographer takes a photo and a lightning strikes and he gets a cool photo out of it, that's copyrightable. But if a photographer sets up a camera to automatically take shots every 5 seconds until he gets a good photo, none of those photos are copyrightable because he did not do any creative expression in them.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
The machine did, and machines can't hold copyrights.
Cool.
So the guy who's suing put in his complaint for the voluntary dismissal that the video was not authored by him because he specifically said the software turned itself on and that he added no creativity to it because none of the things in it were intentional and the only creative sounds were not created by him. Again, he dismissed YouTube from these claims because he didn't want them to bring this up. They then brought it up the same day, literally hours after he had dismissed them, because they'd happened so concurrently that they were filing it as he dismissed them. And the court basically said, well, we're not legally allowed to put a restraint on him dismissing the claim. So literally, they're not allowed to accept YouTube/Google's... Sorry, YouTube/Alphabet. I'm still going to call them Google. YouTube/Google's, complaint or like response to the complaint because he dismissed them, and the court literally can't consider that.
Yeah.
But they even they admitted that it was basically an abuse of the system for him to dismiss it because he knew that they were going to have a counterclaim that would harm his case. Here's the problem, though. He also separately sued YouTube and Twitch, or at least YouTube specifically, for for other related things, which included this as one of the examples. So YouTube then, because they were dismissed, said, we then had a motion to be readmitted into the first case because they had a conflict of interest, basically, because one of their other case against this guy literally relied on this case. It's literally paused. They're not allowed to do anything in that case because they're waiting on this case to be resolved. So YouTube basically said, we have an interest in being in this case because our other case is related to this one and relies on this one being decided. It would save the court time for us to be in this case because we're going to consider the same thing again later. If, in that case, if you don't decide it here, it doesn't harm the party at all because every other defendant is actually not fighting the case because they don't have the money to, so they're in default.
Yeah.
So it doesn't harm the defendant or the plaintiff to have them enter as a defendant because normally there would be a defense. So they then said that and then literally refiled the this is not copyrightable in their filing. Basically as a, fuck you, we're just going to bring ourselves back into the case through a different process and still show that it's not copyrightable. So, this is one of the rare instances where YouTube, like, did something that's not bullshit.
Yeah.
But that's mostly because they're also being sued by this guy and also hate this guy.
Yeah, we hate you, so...
So, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah. It also didn't help that one of the reasons he's suing YouTube separately is that Sid Alpha did a video on him, or that he criticized him. And he used that video. He used that video in his criticism. YouTube refused to take the video down due to copyright, because YouTube will sometimes, very rarely, refuse to take down a video due to a DMCA takedown. But they only do so when it is so obviously fair use that they will put their own lawyers on the line for it. In our situation where it's like, there might be copyrightable audio that we're not detecting, they're not going to give a shit about us. But in a case where there's so obviously no way it's not fair use, YouTube will just say, no, this is an invalid claim, we're not accepting it, you're full of shit.
Yeah, like...
And that's what they told him. And so YouTube literally got sued by them, or by him, for saying, and again, this person's poor. They can't afford the court case. So this person is for free filing a case saying, well, you didn't take down my video, so that's infringement. You're outside your safe harbor. And that's true. But it doesn't matter because it's fair use, and they didn't take it down because it's fair use.
Yeah, so... Yeah, with our thing, guys, is, like, the thing we recorded... Okay, it's very hard to talk about it.
Basically, the way our recording software works, even though we're not recording the game audio, it captures it anyways because our headphones output the audio and our mic is sensitive enough that it picks it up no matter what we do.
Yeah, that's another thing we need to change is this fucking...
Yeah, we have talked about getting another mic, but I don't think it's resolvable. I don't think there's a way to fix it.
Not right now.
I don't think it's fixable at all is the problem. Because of the way audio recording works, it's that basically there isn't really a good way of removing it.
I mean, we could just project the thing to the TV.
But that doesn't solve the problem. That actually makes it worse. Because right now, this video, the audio is being picked up by these mics. Right now. It's that the game audio is so much louder that you can't hear it. But when the game audio goes completely out, if you turn the game up enough, you can, if you turn us up enough, our stream, to like 300%, you can hear the game. It's playing. It's just very, very quiet.
Really?
And YouTube does inherently have like a thing where if you turn the volume down enough, it won't pick up any copyright. Because there's just a certain point where it can't pick that up. Because it's just too quiet.
Yeah. But in our case, it's like, even still, like, me and you both check those videos.
Yeah.
And we just can't hear shit.
Yeah. Literally, guys, for context of how bad it is, we had I checked a different video. I had to play it at 400% audio, which would literally break your, like, it would literally fuck your ears over because our voices would be so loud. And it still is, like, it's audible, but it's audible to the point of, like, it's very, very quiet, and it's also cutting in and out because it's, like, just below the, like, just at that point where it's barely recordable. The audio is so quiet that it just barely gets picked up. But it's not enough that you could make out what they're saying. You can just make out that someone is saying something. And it's very clear that it is the show, but it's so quiet and so choppy, you would never be able to understand what they're saying.
So the show is there.
Yeah, the show is there, but it is so damn quiet that it is literally unrecognizable.
So how the hell does it detect that?
It didn't. YouTube didn't detect it. The company manually claimed those videos.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
like, guys,
and that's the bullshit that I was saying. It was like, literally the audio is not there, or if it's there, it is there to so quiet a degree that no one could use it as an infringement. Like, it's literally, like, even if it's there, it wouldn't matter, because you can't hear it.
Yeah, guys, literally
no one would use this in replacement of the video, and we literally direct you to go watch the video.
Yeah,
like,
literally what the company did, guys, is they took one look at our videos, thought it was a re-upload of a show. It's not.
Guarantee. I guarantee that they took
copyrighted us.
Yeah, they took it down for thinking it's a re-upload, and it's like, it's not a re-upload.
Like,
literally
re-uploads do exist on YouTube.
Yeah, just not these.
It's not us.
Yeah. So it's like, it's bullshit. But there isn't anything I can do, because according to YouTube, we're abusing their system to point out that the claim is bullshit. And that's a normal thing. YouTube just does not give a shit. Just to tell you how much YouTube does not give a shit.
Then release the damn claim.
They don't give a shit. But just to give you a taste of how little they give a shit, Bungie recently just had
Who's Bungie?
the creators of Destiny.
Okay.
So, Bungie, the video game company, recently had a situation where... So, for some context on Bungie, Bungie has a very open copyright policy. Whether or not you think that video games as a whole are fair use at all, that is irrelevant to this topic. Bungie has a very open policy of, if it's not fair use, Bungie says, we allow it. Blanket. We allow, like, gameplay re-uploads of every single, like, gameplay you do.
Wow.
The only things you cannot re-upload, according to their terms of use, is you cannot re-upload their music. So specifically, you cannot re-upload their soundtrack, and you cannot re-upload their trailers.
Oh.
So
okay.
outside of that, any in-game footage, you can re-upload the whole, like, anything you do in-game. Absolutely.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, they have one of the most open policies on it, and they do that because they know that their community would literally die if they didn't. So they have a very open
That's gonna
policy.
suck if I have to do a trailer for it.
They also have an even better copyright policy than I've ever heard in general. Because, here's the thing, they do not do copyright claims themselves. They license it out to a third-party company. So, the third-party company searches YouTube and Vimeo and Twitch and everyone else and looks for claims.
Yeah.
Normally, that would mean that they immediately flag the content. But Bungie has a special policy in their contract that specifically states that the third-party company is not allowed to claim any content without a Bungie employee checking the content first. So Bungie actually manually views every single claim by a human being and confirms it is an infringement before they file a claim. So Bungie actually has one of the best copyright policies I have ever heard of anywhere.
We need to play Destiny.
Yeah, well,
just to support them, but
so there's that. Then so that's the thing. So third-party company detects infringing content on YouTube.
like they have a lot of microtransactions, but that's pretty good.
Yeah. But anyway, so so third-party company detects infringement on YouTube. Bungie looks at it and says it is an infringement. That third-party company then files a takedown on YouTube. Now, here's where this gets really interesting. Because, you know how we have access to take down content on YouTube? We could literally file a claim right now and take something down on YouTube. Well, here's the thing about YouTube. YouTube requires you to have a Google account in order to file a claim. That means you have to have a Gmail account, because your Google account basically is forced to be connected to your Google email.
Yes.
That means you can't have a business email associated with a claim. You have to have a generic Gmail account. So this third-party company had a generic Gmail account as their email for the claim. They took down the video. The video owner then assumed, as a rational person would, this is being claimed by a random Gmail. That means it's probably not a real infringement. It's a fake copyright takedown. Because logically, Google should not give a shit what email you use as the contact email for a takedown. You'd use a corporate email. But no, Google doesn't give a shit. They make you use a Gmail, even though that looks unprofessional as shit. So, this person sees a spurious takedown, in quotes. At least they think it's spurious. So they say, I hate YouTube and its spurious takedowns. Literally anyone can take down literally anything on YouTube whenever they want. You don't have to be a valid copyright holder. So I'm just gonna take down the entire Bungie community's videos so that Bungie steps in and does something to make YouTube fix their problems. Basically, Bungie's a big company. They can make YouTube do something. So they do that. They pretend to be Bungie. They literally use the Bungie trademark and file takedowns against the main community members of the Bungie community, including Bungie's own YouTube account. They took down Bungie's official videos on their account, and Google complied with all of them, including the ones on Bungie's account. So Bungie then tries to go to YouTube and say, hey, we're being impersonated on your platform. YouTube doesn't have a policy for that and doesn't have any way to handle that. Because, just to be clear how bad YouTube's policy is, when I said we had access to the copyright takedown system on YouTube, we do. And when I said we can claim anything, I mean we can claim literally anything. You do not have to provide any proof that you are a registered, official member of a company that has the legal rights to take something down. I could take down a video on Google's official channel. There are no safeguards at all. They don't check. So if you issue a takedown, they will just instantly take it down. They don't give a shit.
Holy fuck.
So I could claim to be Nintendo and just take down all of Nintendo's content. So it is legit possible, and in fact, I'd probably bet it is, that a lot of the takedowns by Nintendo weren't even Nintendo. Because literally anyone could take you down. You don't have to be Nintendo. They can just pretend to be Nintendo and say, we're Nintendo of America, and take your content down, and no one would fucking know.
That is interesting to think about.
So yeah, Bungie then got stonewalled by YouTube. They actually spent over a week trying to get this situation taken care of because YouTube would not answer their questions or help with them. So it turns out, actually, everyone's been wrong about YouTube this entire time. Everyone just assumed that YouTube kowtows to companies, to large companies. No, turns out they don't kowtow to anybody. Everyone has the same problems with YouTube, including AAA video game developers. Even EA goes through this same shit with YouTube.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's so bad on YouTube, not even a large company can do anything. So, Twitch, we're on your platform right now. If you're listening, I implore you, please compete with YouTube. Please. It can't be worse. It's impossible. You literally can't possibly be worse than YouTube. Because you at least give a shit. Even if you do it badly, you give a shit. Please.
Like, and guys, I started
Please start a trial system. Sign us up to it. We will not post on YouTube anymore. Ever. Just please compete directly with YouTube.
Yeah, guys, like, I started out hating Twitch. Like, I don't hate it.
Implore you.
I don't hate it anymore. I still consider YouTube better because you can store your shit.
Yes, and that's the problem. That is the only thing that YouTube is good about. It's the fact that they offer you the ability to store your content forever. And Twitch does that, but in order to do that, you have to go through some long roundabout methods that they don't that is an, I'm going to put in quotes, an exploit. It's not that Twitch doesn't allow you to do it. They do. But it's not the intended thing for their platform. The platform's intended to be, it stays up for a few months and then goes away.
And we're not complete assholes. We're not going to do this.
Yeah, we don't like to take advantage of Twitch. And we could highlight literally every video on Twitch and make Twitch have every video we have ever posted. But that's kind of being an asshole. We don't like that. And I don't think Twitch would like that either. So, Twitch, please make that an official part of your, service.
Yeah, I guess the other reason I hated Twitch is because literally when I was starting out doing mobile games, it said I could stream, I could screen record with Twitch's app.
Yeah, and you couldn't figure out how to do it because it just wouldn't let you.
No, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can. You now can't.
You could.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
You have to have a certain number of followers before you can do it.
I think nowadays it's locked behind affiliate. I think now we can do it. But I think it's affiliate level and above.
Yeah. So
maybe I don't think it's partner, but it's
So yeah, guys. That's the other reason why I could say I hate Twitch, but I
nowadays YouTube does that too.
I tolerate
Yeah.
Twitch is what I want to say nowadays.
Well, I was gonna say the thing is now YouTube's kind of caught up with Twitch on that though, because now YouTube locks it behind the partner program as well. So it's like
I don't know the situation with mobile recording and YouTube anymore because I don't care about it anymore because I have a better setup.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it's locked also behind partner program.
Yes, it is. In fact, it happened to us.
Yeah.
We were at 100 subs. We could do it, and that's when we started Pokemon Go.
Yep.
And then they increased it to 1,000.
Yep. They locked it behind partner program, basically.
Yes.
So yeah, it's. I think because isn't a partner program at 1,000 subs? So it's like
moderation is 1,000 subs. A partner is like 10,000.
I don't think it's at 10,000. I don't remember. It's like it's watch time is like really high, but like I think it's 1,000 subs.
Yeah, basically putting ads on your videos, that kind of thing, is at 1,000. Partner is at 10,000. I'm pretty sure.
I think we got it backwards. I'm not sure though, but it's not the point. The point is
they're gated behind stuff.
Yeah, but So literally, here'd be my argument. Twitch gives more of a shit about your copyright situation than YouTube does. They have a better system for their well, okay, they don't have a better system for their copyright than YouTube does.
They just ignore that system in a way.
Well, I was gonna say, Twitch up till recently ignored that system because Twitch got almost no copyright claims. Nowadays, Twitch gets more copyright claims, but also, Twitch also seems to have a better mindset of their copyrights, in that
They know there's bullshit.
they know there's bullshit, and they're also partnering. It's from the sounds of it, it sounds like they're partnering with a lot of the big publishers to make it so that you can now put music in the video, and there's some kind of revenue share. So, like, I think they're doing stuff in the background to prevent having to have Content ID and prevent having to do what YouTube does, because they know it sucks and they want to have a better system. So, again, that's my big thing about Twitch. Twitch gives more of a shit. You can get a contact at Twitch. Like, when you have a problem with Twitch, you can directly message someone at support and get a response. And when you have a partner, and when you're partnered with Twitch, you have a Twitch contact. At YouTube, you do not. At YouTube, if you want to try to get shit through YouTube, good fucking luck.
You're
not
have to have
going
a lawyer.
And sometimes that's not sufficient. Again, Bungie could not get direct contact with somebody at YouTube. Literally, hold on, I need to get some drink again. Okay. Literally, because when you're a business on YouTube, you have a company representative that works with your channel, and they were not responding to Bungie. They literally contacted, like, the main... They contacted I'm gonna say manager, that's not the vice president. They contacted YouTube's vice president of gaming and software. Like, they went that high in the corporate chain of YouTube directly to try to get answers for why the fuck we don't have a way to stop this person impersonating us. And how do we get these claims revoked? Because they were like, we want to get the claims revoked against our community, which we gave permission to have these videos.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that's the point. It's shit like that would not happen on Twitch. Not in that way. Twitch has some problems. And I think that there's a lot of things on Twitch that they can and should learn from YouTube and do better. But they do give more of a shit than YouTube does. And they do have people you can contact when you have a genuine problem, and you will get answers. And to me, that's more important. It is more important to me that I can get a response from somebody than that I have a better product.
Yeah, like...
Like, if you have a worse product, but I can always contact you about it, that is better to me any day than having the most viewed product in the world. Like, yes, YouTube is more viewed than Twitch.
Yeah, but what is worse? Trying to get in contact with YouTube to fix a YouTube problem, or get in contact with a mobile developer and fix a mobile game problem?
YouTube. You are more likely to get response from mobile developers on their games than you are to get from YouTube.
Which is funny, because I want to say Legends gives Bandai Namco gives the same kind of workaround YouTube fucking does.
Yeah, and you're still more likely to get a response from them. Because the thing is with YouTube, they don't have official support at all. There is no official way to contact them. You have to go. You have to contact.
Who does that?
You have to contact them via Twitter. Literally, you have to tweet at YouTube's Twitter team, and then sometimes they'll tell you they're looking into it. And even rarer still, you'll get a response back to actually help your problem. Like that, not even a joke. That's literally, if you look up how to contact YouTube, they literally tell you tweet at them, because they don't have a way to contact them.
Who doesn't have a support team? Like,
It should literally be illegal to do that.
That should be illegal.
Like, I think it should be illegal to not have an email contact for a company and for their legal team. If you have, like, genuine legal problems, it should be legally mandated you have an email.
Just
that is
message
forward...
YouTube's Gmail.
Yeah. Yeah, youtube@gmail.com.
I'm not even sure that would be the official.
I don't know. Nobody knows. That's the problem. Okay, guys, I'm gonna run the second ad. Again, we only run 2 ads a week, and it's only during this stream. I'm gonna run the second ad, and I'm gonna calm down. We're gonna stop talking about YouTube.
Well, copyright.
And YouTube.
Yeah, I am hopeful that Twitch does shit better than YouTube, but
that's why I so want them to have a VOD service. I so want them to, because that is the actual only way YouTube will change it, is if they have actual competition. Because then they'll be forced to provide a better service.
yes.
That's the only way you can get YouTube to do anything.
Do it, Twitch. Do it.
It's like, please. Because the gaming community hates YouTube. Every single member of it hates YouTube.
Including us.
Yes, because of their spurious fucking music claims that always happen. And Twitch has said multiple times, we get those, but they are so incredibly rare. Twitch does not have that same problem that YouTube does. The gaming community would abandon YouTube immediately if Twitch said,
I wonder.
All our gaming content, like that, you can all of our streams to Twitch, you can permanently leave on our platform.
Yeah, I wonder how Twitch handles the music and
it is
games.
Unclear. Well, okay, it's the way that they don't talk about it very much. They don't talk about it much, but from the sounds of it, they do technically comply with those claims. But I think you might be able to get, again, you'd be able to contact Twitch and be like, no, this is bullshit. More than you would with YouTube. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's not, but I think they're also more understanding on that.
We don't know what YouTube really wants because, again, they don't have a support team.
Here's the thing. YouTube's been fucked over ever since Google bought them. Because Google has been fucking with them internally. Because Google then first fucked them over by force integrating G+ into their platform, even though it had no business doing that.
And it got taken down.
Then they got rid of G+, which also fucked over YouTube. But then by the time they took G+ down, it had been integrated enough that removing it actually fucked over YouTube hard. Then they had all the ad problems on YouTube with the different ad removals.
Yeah.
It's just been,
A train ride.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
So are you getting a headache or something? Like.
I just need to be calmed down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me, I'm getting.
Lastly,
I'm so fucking hot.
I am very hot. I might legit actually get shorts. And take
Yeah, I have shorts on. I'm freaking burning. All we can do is pray that something gets better. Will it come true? We don't know. We're too small of a channel. It's not like our opinion matters.
Yeah. But yeah, the last thing I will say is that, yeah, it's...
I'm not going to take advice from a guy who only has 300 followers.
Yeah, why has it been so hot lately? Well, that's the thing. It's not about that. Twitch and YouTube both know these problems exist, and they just, like, for YouTube, they just don't care. For Twitch, it's that Twitch doesn't want to become YouTube. They don't want to have the same problems as YouTube. And they worry... There's twofold things. They worry that if they... Because you gotta understand how many videos are uploaded to YouTube every single day. The amount of storage space that you have to put aside for that is extremely high. You know, like, it's...
Like, guys, we're gonna be storing our own videos.
Yeah.
Because of all the bullshit.
Like, they literally have millions of videos uploaded to YouTube every single day. Like, the amount of storage Google has to pay to permanently house all those videos forever is enormous. So, first off, Amazon doesn't necessarily want to put in that much money to fund Twitch doing that. But the other reason is that Twitch... One of the reasons Twitch got away with not having real copyright policy for so long was that if you have videos that aren't up permanently, and they only last a couple weeks, then there isn't really a sense of claiming those videos, because they're up for a couple weeks and then they go away. So there's nothing there to really claim. Even if there's damages, it's literally self-deleting. So I think their policy has been they don't want to do that because they risk making copyright a bigger issue, because once a video stays on the platform forever, it can have copyright claims forever. So,
but
now that their copyright policy is becoming more fleshed out, and that they're getting into like certain partnerships with companies to prevent these things from happening, it's probably more likely that they could go with the Google route. Because again, the last thing I will say on this is the gaming community hates YouTube. Absolutely hates it. If Twitch had permanent VOD storage, YouTube gaming would collapse. You'd still have creators. People would still do it because all the big names would leave. There would still be people who use it, but such a huge percentage of creators know that YouTube's copyright system fucks them over when it comes to gaming, that YouTube would not have gaming on it pretty much at all anymore. Because there just would...
nearly everybody I watch uses Twitch. I don't watch their Twitch, I watch their YouTube, but...
Yeah, but it comes from Twitch. Yep.
Well, some of it does.
Yeah, exactly. They're streaming bots. But, yeah, there are a lot of people.
Well, they also use Restream like we do, too.
Yeah. But same thing. But, like, what I'm saying is that, yeah, no one... the amount of people that would use YouTube for gaming would drop by over 90%. Like, Twitch would have an immediate market dominance when it comes to the gaming platform. Just period.
Yeah.
So and it would force YouTube to do something if they wanted to keep gamers on their platform. They would have to change things to improve the things for their audience, because that is the only way they would keep gaming on their platform at all.
Yeah, they'd have to get a support team minimally.
Yeah, I don't think they'd have to go that far, but they would have to make some policy changes of, like, we will... Because I have said... Because Twitch is still coming out with their gaming console.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like... Or Amazon is. The Amazon Luna.
Yes.
I've said exactly how they can make that work, and it's... Guarantee every game on the platform will be immune from copyright claims. Guarantee that... integrate it with Twitch so that... all, like, videos from it can immediately be published directly to Twitch. That's, like, integrated directly with YouTube or Twitch's live streaming services. And make those VODs permanently on Twitch. If you can guarantee those three things, the Amazon Luna will kill Google Stadia, it will probably kill Steam. Like, it will fuck over the industry
I'm still
hard.
not getting this Steam Deck.
Yeah, the Steam Deck is basically just Steam's version of the Switch, which I think is a good... I think that Steam has the best chance of actually competing with Nintendo in the handheld market, given they have that much stuff on it. But like,
to me, it's like there's no point. I can just play those on the PC. But
exactly. Well, and that's the thing. It's the...
I understand like people wanting to play like here's my mindset on it. The only games I'd ever play on that is maybe visual novel games.
Maybe.
Simple games.
Yeah.
But nothing like, I don't know, Call of Duty.
Yeah. Yeah, Anna. Like, as I've talked about before, though, in regards to the heat, it's like we've up until recently we've been in our cycle of fake spring and second winter. And this is the time when it feels like it skipped real spring and hit summer. So we'll see what happens next. I hear that next week there's going to be another, like, 50-degree day or something. So it might actually enter spring for real.
Yay.
But yeah, it feels like more actually spring with, like, some very hot days that are terrible.
But yeah,
it also doesn't help we can't have the AC on.
Yeah, going
While
back,
streaming.
I remember that you talked about having, like, sounds in the background and such. Like, I understand creators having, like, I used to have an air conditioning on in the background to filter out, like, my sister and my family.
Yeah.
So, I understand, like, those creators. I also understand the want to listen to music while you play a video game.
Yep.
But as a content creator, I'm like, don't have music just blasting in the background while you're recording a game.
Here's the thing. You can do that legally. You can legally put music on in the background during your stream. You just have to be legally using the right kind of music. So, anything off the YouTube...
I'm saying like, say if I wanted to have country music in my background, and it's Luke Bryan and...
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm saying... Don't do that kind of music. Like,
'cause
I understand, like, okay, you just have some music on the background that's non-copyrighted. That's, like, from YouTube's library.
Yeah, YouTube's library, the copyright-free system, yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
sure, do that. But,
no, don't just play random music in the background of your video.
like, the setup that we have right now, it's just... I've fought for so long to have clean recording.
Yeah.
Because I love it so much. It's like, I don't want anything to interrupt it.
Yeah, and we have very clean recording. Like, it's not the best, but we have pretty clean recording.
Yeah, and so...
Sometimes it's so clean that the audio from the game is scrubbed away.
So it annoys the fuck out of me when, say, Father comes in and yells our name.
Yes.
Like, I know... And the mics can still pick them up.
Yep.
Which... So, yeah, guys, I will probably be very harsh towards you if you use shit in the background of your playthrough. If you have
But, like, Twitch
dialogue.
has that. Twitch has that as a feature by default. We can play music during our streams if we wanted to. And Twitch has a library or something. I don't know how that's set up, but I know... I've seen one of the creators that I used to watch... did that during their Minecraft videos where they had copyright-free audio they'd play in the background. That's some of my random playlist on Spotify, which I think which is basically like a lot of electronica music that I don't have in an electronica folder because I don't have enough electronica. It came from that.
There's only 2 ways I would have random music. No effect, motherfucker. Whatever, I'll eventually use struggle. Anyways, the only 2 ways I'd have music in the background is if A, the video game didn't have its own music. I've not encountered a game that has that yet. So,
it's very rare.
Yeah. So that's one way. And the other way I'd have music is if we were doing like a charity thing. And and our thing was, okay, guys, we're going to play, I don't know, random YouTube
I don't know how those work.
music in the background.
I still don't know how that works. how charities
for charity.
because
Yeah.
charities play like copyrighted music all the time, and like do like stuff like that. And it's like I don't know how the hell you manage that. I don't know how you get the license for all that stuff for your charities.
Usually
have
it
some
comes
kind of
from
committee.
sponsors, I think.
I was gonna say I'm sure that this somehow like they and the sponsors deal with it, but I'm just like I don't know how that works.
Yeah, so... Yeah, having anything in the background while we're doing commentary is a very touchy subject to me. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it shouldn't change.
Yeah, exactly. Well, music is good for games where there's not a lot to talk about. Like, if we were live streaming, like, a Minecraft, like, challenge game, if we were doing, like, we were streaming a Skyblock or something, or streaming a Skyblock.
I mean,
I
there's
could
probably
see.
mods for different music.
Yeah, but usually it's not, yeah, but, like, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, a lot of times the streamers, once they've, especially if you're a main Minecraft streamer, you've just gotten so tired of hearing the exact same music, you'll just mute the music and play whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, so, okay, then that would be
Like-
a third case then. But we're
But,
not
yeah.
that big on Minecraft yet.
No. We're big on other games, not Minecraft.
Like, guys, we do plan to do mods for Minecraft. We've
Yep.
talked about it a lot.
There are a few mods that we have talked about for other games that aren't, because again, our policy is that like we usually don't do mods unless we've done the playthrough of the main game first,
And
unless it's a situation where the mod is literally replacing the game.
Like, DX.
Yeah, like Star Force Pegasus DX, which I absolutely,
Like,
as much as I wasn't intending to play that, I was just looking for like a text fixing mod. Because you really have to understand how bad the text is in that game, guys.
it was.
We did show it off for one episode.
Yeah, it was first
It
episode.
is so bad that comparing the two texts is like incomprehensible. It's like
It was so much better by episode 2. Like,
Yeah.
I'm happy with our decision and
Yeah.
also mad at the decision.
yeah, I felt the same way because the main reason I made that decision was the two reasons. One, I knew that if we played the main game without modding it, we would just be complaining about the text the entire playthrough, and it would get very annoying. And I was like, I don't want to complain about this text the entire game. It's bad. I didn't see how bad it was. I don't want to complain about it the whole game. The other reason was because I did not want to have to play all 3 of those games, because the only difference between them is which satellite you get and what your main transformation is. And there is no other differences. So it's like, there is no reason to replay this game
Ever.
3 times just to fight those 3 bosses and get those 3 transformations.
Yeah,
So it's like,
I mean,
so it's like, I don't know if we'll do that again for the sequels. One, I don't know if DX
I
mod
want to say
exists
that's
for
a
the
similar
sequels.
situation with Pokemon, though.
It is, but the difference is that for Pokemon, we just play the games together at the same time.
Exactly.
But it's also a situation where it's like, Pokemon, the thing with Pokemon is that Pokemon has the benefit of, yes, they do 2 different games, but
They have exclusive things.
but it's also a case where you have so much variety in how you can play those games, like with what teams and stuff,
That's true.
that watching 2 people play those games at the same time isn't as repetitive. Yes, you do have different card folders in Mega Man, so you can technically have different layouts, but there isn't a lot of variety in that. It's not the same to me.
I guess, yeah, everybody plays Pokemon differently. So.
Also, there's 3 versions of the game, so we'd have to get 3 people, and we just cannot have 3 people playing the game at the
No,
same
we
time.
already figured out how we're doing
Yeah,
the third
so-
version.
No, I'm saying with Mega Man,
Oh,
where it had 3 different versions
Right,
that were
yeah.
all the same thing.
we would have
just
needed
straight
3.
could not have done that. It's impossible. So it's like, no.
Yeah, I would have had to get a friend to do that.
Yeah. So it's like, Yeah. No. Because I think I did find out there are 3 for the next game. Or maybe there's just 2. I keep going back and forth because I think it's 2 and then find out it's 3 or something.
I think it's 3-2-2.
Because I keep thinking. You goddamn. Thanks, Anna.
Motherfucker!
Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm going to go and unplug the capture card. So we're going to be right back.
Well, yeah, we'll test with our pony bro.
Okay, it still isn't working right now. That's okay. We'll just advanced audio properties. No, I didn't work at all. Okay, so we do have to do it the other way. See, this is why I'm thinking it's OBS. I keep thinking it's OBS because it's like, it keeps, the only way I can fix it is by adjusting an OBS setting, where I literally have to like turn the camera, in quotes, off and on again in OBS. So it's like, it feels like it has to be an OBS problem, because it's like, that's the only thing that fixes it.
Hello, Big Mac.
Hello, Big Mac.
Yes, yes, I love your name. Yeah, I hope you enjoy our stream with all the audio issues we've been having.
It's been mostly fine. We've been very talkative.
Well, okay, not our audio issues, just... Okay, it is still our audio. The game's issues.
Shush, you're being very confused. Maybe it's OBS. Yeah, I'm really thinking it is, but we're not sure. So, we're going to be testing that over the next couple weeks, guys. But we're just going to keep making some changes until we figure out what's causing it.
Yeah, guys, so...
Because I legit don't know what the problem is.
So here's what we're going to do. Next week, we're going to directly plug all of our systems into our capture card.
And bypass the Pony Bro splitter.
Yeah, and see if...
switcher.
Yeah, and see if it's the Pony Bro. If it's not, then I think we should touch the cord next. Cause
I don't know how we're going to do that, but I'll do what I can.
I mean, we can use a shorter cord that could still reach there.
Maybe. It's like, I don't know.
I think
we'll do what we can.
I think we can make it work.
The cords will have to be really weird, but I'll try.
Or maybe just order a shorter cord that can still make this length.
Yeah, I'll see.
So, we'll test for that.
Yeah.
And if it's still fucking up, then we'll check with OBS.
Yeah, I don't even know how I'll test with OBS, but I'll do what I can.
Then I think if it's still having issues to me, then maybe it's a computer problem.
Yeah.
It could be that the USB port's getting overused. Because we do keep unplugging and replugging it in instead of keeping it plugged in always.
Hello, Zosima. No, you
Hello.
cannot stream from a Switch Lite.
No.
The thing that allows you to stream is the dock. So, because you paid less for the dock, or to not get the dock, you cannot stream.
Yeah, I had the same conversation with a friend.
Yeah. Thank you for the follow, by the way.
Thank you for the follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no way to switch.
Yeah. It is.
record with
It is
Switch Lite.
literally impossible because.
Impossible.
Because yeah, it's the fact that the dock has an HDMI out and the console itself doesn't. So.
Yeah, I don't think. What would be the reason to get the Switch? To not be YouTuber?
Like the Switch
like
Lite?
if you want like a generic handheld and you don't want to record anything.
Yeah, if you don't want to record, absolutely the Switch Lite's good because it's $100 less.
Yeah.
Like, and if you don't care about the other thing is that it's kind of nice just displaying on the TV anyways. Sometimes it's nice to just play from the TV.
Yeah, I have to
like-
admit, I prefer not recording. I prefer playing games on.
Yeah, so it's like yes, I know it's like
TV.
$100, $150 cheaper or whatever. It's actually really worth it.
It's worth it.
I would always recommend go with the Switch and not the Lite. It's for just the ability to play wherever you want.
And here's the thing: I don't know if my friend's ever gonna get
Probably not.
the actual Switch,
Nope, probably not.
because
Once you get one, usually you don't get another one.
yeah, I mean I have two, but I only have two because I get both Pokemon versions, and I need to trade between myself. So
Yeah.
I mean you can do that with Home now. You can technically trade with yourself with Home. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's been a
Orange
couple
Ocean,
people that's
Flower,
worried about that, so it's like, yeah, it's good to check, but yeah, there is nothing you can do.
I mean,
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
I mean, once you work up to where you can get your Switch, you can just transfer all your save data to that Switch, and you
Yeah,
can
but
stream
that's
that
the only
profile.
thing you
But
can do.
that's all you can do if you
Yeah.
want to really do it.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Sorry.
But yeah, you have no idea. Like, so
You've had a couple people ask you that.
no, just him.
Yeah.
Just my friend.
Now. Gotcha.
Like, my friend who we were gonna feature on the channel, but never could because of Wi-Fi
Scheduling
issues.
and internet and stuff.
But anyways, so he's coming to me. He's like, I'm going to have a Switch soon. I'm going to be able to record for my YouTube channel. I'm like, oh, good.
There you go.
And then a couple weeks later, he tells me, dude, I got the Switch Lite. How do I record it with my capture card? I'm like,
It's like, oh, dude, I am so sorry.
well, okay, at first I didn't know if
Yeah.
you could.
And
So
then-
I looked it up, and
It's like,
I
no.
researched it as best I can. And I'm like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're
You-
fucked.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no.
I think I actually did say
Because he
it
was
in
getting
those
like
words.
very upset about that, and it's like, why can't you? It's like, because the $100 and some you saved was the recording bit.
And basically, how you described it is what I sent to him.
Yeah, it's like that's the yeah.
Yeah, the HDMI.
Yeah, you didn't
box
spend. Yeah,
was-
absolutely good that you didn't get the capture device yet, because that would suck. I mean, if you have any other consoles that are HDMI compatible, you could still record with those, but not the Switch Lite.
Yeah, Switch Lite is impossible, everyone.
Yes. It's
So you want a normal Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo OLED?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I do love the OLED. I like my bigger screen when I do mobile
It's not
games.
even that much
but
bigger.
It's
like-
not much bigger.
It's like a tiny bit bigger.
Like,
I'm waiting for the Switch Pro.
yeah, the thing about it is I don't understand what's with the $100 more. There's no.
Good question.
The only difference
The
is
LAN port is expensive.
like there's minor like actual screen for the mobile bit adjustments, and that's it. There's no other difference except maybe it's white.
Yeah. To be fair, people still watch like camera aimed at Switch videos and stuff like that, but like
Here's the thing.
we don't like it, but there are people who still watch those.
People watch them, but
Yeah.
I'd say that we consider that unprofessional.
Yeah, it's like they're
Ca-
yeah. Our personal thing is we love having the best quality we can. So like, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
there
our
are definitely
personal stuff.
people who still get views from that, but it's,
Yeah, like guys, I used to be.
You just have to be pretty good as a streamer or recorder. Otherwise, people are going to look at your quality and be like, "This is shit."
Yeah, like, guys, I used to be able to...
You used to do that.
Yeah, I used to record just the TV and
Yeah.
And I hated doing it, because it was
Yep.
my only way I could record at
Yep.
the time. And now that I'm older and more experienced,
And have more money.
Yes. Mainly money.
It's mainly money. Oh, that's so real.
We can finally do this. We can do this.
I feel like the Twitch community is something to not let roast you. Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends on your community. If you have a community that's nice and fair, that roast you in a joking way, it's perfectly fine.
Get lucky with your community.
But if you get lucky with your community. But if you have a community that's that will drag you through the coals.
This is shit.
Yeah, if they will drag you through the coals, then yeah, it's gonna be a pain.
Yeah, like, I've always been lucky with my communities. My communities have been nice, except for one guy.
Yeah, not that one guy. That one guy's an asshole. Don't remember his name, but he was an asshole.
Well, yeah, like, the one guy I've ever had a problem with our thing that we do is, it was actually not on Twitch or YouTube, it was on Instagram. And he was advertising his shit on our stuff. And I deleted his comment. I didn't ban him yet. I just messaged him saying, hey, don't promote yourself on our stuff. He's like, why? And I told him, well, we consider promoting yourself on other people's platform as unprofessional. And then he responds with, I'm not going to take advice from someone who only has 21 followers on Instagram. And I didn't message him back. I just banned him.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like, okay, ban.
But yeah, it's just like that's how I know you're an asshole.
It depends on the song, but there's definitely some pop punk and alt rock stuff that I enjoy.
I can listen to pretty much anything, but I prefer country.
Yeah.
I'm gone country. Look at them boots.
I am the person who listens to, like, you should check out my channel. Now, we just said...
No, I know he's doing it as a joke.
But yeah.
I keep whistling. I'm sorry. I can't. Look, I like to whistle. If I can only whistle, all I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. I mean, I did get some teeth pulled, so my song is valid right now. But
yeah, you did actually get some front teeth pulled. So, congratulations, you have an excuse. Pray that you do not. Pray you do not get attacked for it.
Maybe I can lose enough teeth to where I can sound like Herbert.
I don't think you can.
Like, I do have his voice down. It's just I can't do the whistle. I don't know how to do that consistently.
Yeah, don't think you're gonna get it consistently.
Hang on, let me get a little high.
No.
Where am I at right now?
2 hours and 34 minutes into a 3-hour stream.
Oh, good. What was I doing on that stream?
I don't know.
I don't know. You're the guy who's sitting here watching me play the game.
Dude, do you know how many times I've been playing the game and I turn over to talk to you about something and you're like, oh, I wasn't paying any attention? Do you, et tu, Brute?
I'm only doing one thing for this series, and that's consistently going after one Pokémon and not changing a thing.
Yep.
Until, it suddenly changes.
Meanwhile, I'm playing a game and you're having conversations and looking at the screen and still can't tell me what I'm doing.
But here's the thing. You know when the thing changes because I scream my head off.
Yes, I know you're paying attention to the game. I'm just pointing out that when I'm playing a game, you'll do exactly the same thing of like, oh, sorry, I didn't pay any attention to what you just said.
What else, huh?
Like, I have no idea what's going on the screen, even though you just commented about something, and you're like, oh, there it is. It's like, yeah, I know. I pointed it out 20 minutes ago, and you weren't paying attention.
What'd you just
So
do?
maybe don't give me shit about it.
I think I'm out of Pokemon. Yeah. I gotta go heal. Oh, boy. See, we have fun here at Two Bros Game Night.
We do have fun.
Okay, we occasionally have fun.
We occasionally have fun. You know, we've only been doing this channel for 4 years, but we've only had fun for about 3 months of it.
Oh,
the rest of the time was absolutely.
By the way, going back to what, like recording with TV and stuff like that. Okay, there was only one person I watched that I was like, okay, this is professional.
Yeah.
So, you know how there's issues with recording DS games and such.
Yeah.
I know of one person, he just records the top screen of his DS, and this is the lengths he has to go through to record it. People always ask him, how you record it, and he made a video on how he does it. This is what he does. He goes into his room. I don't know what room it is he uses. It's just
doesn't matter.
Whatever room.
Yeah.
He turns out every light.
Yep.
Anything that's on that's emitting a light is off.
Yep.
So he just has his PC on.
Yep.
No, sorry, not his PC. He has like a special designed custom setup to where it's a holder that holds the DS and the phone. And the phone sits in front of the DS.
Yeah.
And he just adjusts it in his camera to where it just perfectly is everything in frame.
Yep.
So, and then he has to do some kind of lighting adjustment on his phone and the DS. I don't know how he does it. I don't remember because it's been way too long since I watched his videos.
Yep.
But, yeah, he professionally records, like, Pokemon and Animal Crossing doing it that way. I'm like, dude, that's brilliant. I just wish I had the custom holder you have because he had to get one custom made.
Yeah.
Like,
but I'm guessing the videos look. It probably doesn't look exactly like you'd capture it with a capture card, but it looks like
it doesn't look like an emulator.
Yeah.
But it looks good enough to where people have mistaken it for an emulator.
Yeah. It's not like oh, there's so much crappy lighting problems that like the screen's ultra reflective.
The only way you can tell that it's recorded by stream, because I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like, that's how good the quality is.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can tell is that you can see the lines on the game.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Like,
so it literally could just be like a slightly bad emulator. It's like...
Like, it is probably the 99-cent emulator you get.
Well, I'm sure he spent way more than 99 cents on that custom holder.
I think, if I remember correctly, he spent almost $300 on it. Yeah.
So at that point, you might as well just hardware mod the console.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I wish I could have done what he did with a lot of my DS games, but even still, you can't do that with a lot of DS games. He only chooses certain games that can be recorded with the top screen, or else he doesn't record them.
Yep.
So say he wanted to play Fossil Fighters, he can't do it.
Yep.
He'd have to get an emulator. Like... So, yeah, because the problem with Fossil Fighters is when you are expediting a fossil, like you're uncovering a fossil, you have to use the mic function of the DS, and you have to use the stylus function on the bottom screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So since it's a bottom screen game, for that, he won't record it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to look him up. I don't remember his name. I could probably find him. But yeah, so he only does a certain number of games. We would like to do every game if we had the chance.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, going back to speaking about our mobile setup, guys, you don't know how lucky we are to have this because apparently capture cards, well, Elgato specifically, will only capture card a phone if it's an iOS.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get you have to get a third-party company adapter. I'm going to call it adapter and receiver in order for Elgato to capture both the audio and the screen of your phone.
Mhm.
Because, like, that's what we had to do.
Yeah.
It is ludicrous, but it's... I'm lucky we found one setup where it can capture both the audio and the screen. The only downside is I can't hear the game. Like, guys, whenever I play mobile games on YouTube, I can't hear shit.
Mhm.
So it's bad when I have to play, like, Battle Royale games because I can't hear people coming.
Yeah.
Or shooting. Like, I can see that people are shooting on screen. There's indicators, but I can't hear if they're close or far away. So, guys, it's really difficult for me to find this exact setup because I ordered this exact setup and apparently that was a scam or something, so I got refunded. I've been waiting for this setup to arrive again for about a month now, so I'm hoping we have a backup because if this shit goes, we don't have mobile for a while.
Yeah.
And it's not that there's anything wrong with this setup, guys. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, there is something wrong with it. But there's nothing that will... It doesn't, like, shut down when I record. So it still works properly. The only problem with the setup is the receiver overheats if you leave it plugged in. So that's the only issue I'm having with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just want this same setup, and then eventually, if I can find it, I want to find a better receiver that won't overheat. Like, I got lucky with this box. Because, guys, you have to have, what is this called? A HTML adapter? Like, there's something coded in your Android phone to where it won't allow it to capture audio. Like, I know Android got sued over something like that for phone calls. So in order to disable it, you have to buy this adapter. Yeah. So the adapter used to overheat, and now I got one that doesn't. Like, guys, I accidentally left it plugged in for, I think, an entire day, including night, and it didn't overheat. So I love this new adapter. Fucking love it. So I got one down here, I got one upstairs, I'm just waiting on the receiver.
Yep.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I got something that was supposed to be, in quotes, better than this setup. The only problem with it was, it wouldn't capture the damn audio.
Yep.
Yeah. So I need to find one that will capture both the audio and the screen. If it exists. Din, 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 din. But yeah, guys, I used to think recording on separate audio with mobile used to be impossible. I mean, when I started out, it was. But, you know, as the years went on, new shit comes out.
Yep.
And I hope this continues to happen. Like, I do wish Elgato would do more than just iOS. I wish they would have that feature for Android users too. If they did, I'd just use Elgato outright.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, it's only iOS, and I don't know why. Maybe they have like a contract with Apple or something.
I don't know. It might be some hardware limitation. It might not be a contract with Apple. It might be a limitation on Android phones, but they just can't.
But I don't understand why that could be, because I have this setup that allows me to do it with an Elgato capture card. So
probably some like fear of lawsuit or something. Some reason they just can't.
I do know that the mobile gaming community got fucked over when a lawsuit happened with like recording phone calls.
Yeah.
Cause I only know about that because you told me about it, but I don't remember the specifics of why that happened and how it affected the community. But I know they added something to where you... what was it? It had something to do with audio.
I'm struggling to think of the name for this. What is it called when another company makes a console that like I guess I just call it third-party console. I'm trying to see if I can find the information
On
DS.
On the DS?
Yeah. I'm trying to come up with... Because there's the Retron. Which, Retron 5... I'll just look up Retron 5 and see what words they use for it. Retron 5 is specifically a console that can play old school games.
What kind of old school games?
I'll go back onto Retron 5's main page. It's older than we're currently living. Retron 5, which is $180.
That's not terrible.
It's not, but it's... they're known for being a bit garbage.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, didn't Game Grumps have to replace several?
No, that was Beard Bros. And yes, they've gone through... I think they went through, like 5 of them. Or more. Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Color. Game Boy. SNES. NES. Super Famicom. Famicom. Sega Genesis. Sega Mega Drive. And Master System.
What about Game Boy Color?
Yeah, Game Boy Color.
So it plays all the Game Boy games.
It plays every Game Boy game. And it's a plug-and-play console. So
so we'd have to get 2 of them if we wanted to record Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So it's like...
We'd also have to have 2 TVs for that, too. Well, maybe not the TV. I think we can just use OBS to play it.
Yeah.
But... I don't know.
Yeah, Hyperkin is... interesting.
Yeah, should we just get a Retron 5 so we can play some of these Game Boy games on console?
I've thought about it.
It's just the only problem with it is it's junk, in a way.
Sort of. It's not that it's junk, it's that it's...
Will it always break down?
They're not the best developed. They work, but they can have problems. And that's the problem.
And that's why we usually default to emulation.
Yes.
Like, guys, right now for Game Boy games, there's no reason for us to not emulate it.
Yeah. It's just so infinitely...
Like, if I get a shiny big whoop, I can't really trade it up with older games. And also, I refuse to shiny hunt in any game pre-Sun and Moon. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to talk about with this game.
Mhm.
So we're gonna shiny hunt all of the Galar Pokemon.
Mhm.
I want to make sure I get every Pokemon from Gen 5 up in this game. That way, it's less hunts in this game. And we can just move on to Diamond and Pearl because Diamond and Pearl goes from Gen 1 all the way to Gen 4. And we can hunt all of those.
I'll be honest, I'm barely paying attention. That's because I'm trying to figure something out. But I am trying my best.
Okay, let me try to say this simpler.
Yeah. Okay.
We are going to shiny hunt all the Galar Pokemon. So this gen's Pokemon.
Yep. Agree.
I am also going to shiny hunt any Pokemon in this game that is from Gen 5 and up. That way, when we move on to Diamond and Pearl, it's less hunts in this game, and we can just move on to Diamond and Pearl, because we can shiny hunt Gens 1 through 4 there. We can't shiny hunt anything from Gen 5 and up.
Okay. Let me switch back to check for a minute before I ask this. Okay. I think this is gonna be where we're gonna have to have a conversation about shiny hunting. And we can do it live because it's not that big. Well, it's not. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it's a conversation we need to have. So, what is the current way we're handling shiny hunting is that we are not really shiny hunters. We're just collecting the Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
What happens when they remake a game that we have every shiny hunt for? Is our policy that we shiny hunt in every game and get all the Pokemon in that game, even if we own them already? So what I'm asking you is, when we shiny hunt in Diamond and Pearl, are we getting all the Gen 4 Pokemon, even if you have them?
No.
Okay, I don't think I agree with that policy. I think we should shiny hunt the Pokemon in the game that are only in that game, and leave everything else for the generation they came out. Because that means if we do it the other way, that means once we get to a certain point, we will not be shiny hunting anything but the new games.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah. I'm just making sure you're aware of that. That means that, like, because eventually, it might take a couple gens, but that means we'll get through Gen 10, say, we have every Pokemon.
Yeah.
At that point,
my
we
goal
would
is just
only be hunting when a new Pokemon comes out,
yes,
and that's it.
That's fine.
Okay. My understanding of this series was that you intended this to be a permanent, never-ending series on the channel, and we just switched to a game
Let's Go was
forever.
the exception. Let's Go, I shiny hunted all of the Pokemon because I wanted to make sure I had all of Kanto.
Yeah.
That was the exception. With this game, I already had shiny Pokemon.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I can just... Because Let's Go couldn't connect to home. Otherwise, we would have been done with it sooner.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes. It doesn't connect to home inward.
Yes. I can't pull from home and put into Let's Go. With Sword and Shield, I already have a majority of the Pokemon in this game.
Yep. So yeah, that's...
So okay. I do not want to re-shiny hunt something I already have. I'm not that kind of shiny hunter.
Okay. Then, yeah. Because I just wanted to make sure that we have an understanding of what the series is going to be. Because that does mean that once we get to that point, then there's going to be no shiny hunts anymore. So I'm just making sure that is clear, that that's going to happen eventually.
Like we'll have a break, and then I can just do an extra day of whatever series I'm doing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just making sure that we're aware of that.
But the thing is, we're just going to have so many Pokemon, I just don't think it's going to be an issue. But I don't know if we'll hit our lifetime is what I'm saying, because there's so much Pokemon and it takes us so long to do this.
I think it will because...
And even if it does, I'd be happy if it does, because it means I own every shiny.
Yeah.
And I got them all legitimately. So.
No, I think that's my chair. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure of that, because, yeah, that's... Okay.
So, anyways, I'm shiny hunting... What gen is this? 9? Right, 9's coming out.
Yeah.
So, I'm shiny hunting...
Sorry, guys, I'm very tired.
So, I'm shiny hunting Gen 5 through 8 in this game.
Okay.
But the whole gen is not in this game. I'm just saying, like, anything that's included in Gen 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm all shiny hunting in this game.
Okay.
Because I can't shiny hunt Gen 5 in black and white. Because I refuse to shiny hunt in black and white.
Well, yeah. Again, they're probably going to remake black and white as well. So, we'll get remakes of those eventually.
And if we do, we shiny hunt the new Pokemon that's in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a long time from now.
Yeah.
Like, guys, this shiny hunt series is going to take longer than Let's Go.
Yeah.
Like, 100%.
Well, yeah, because there's more Pokemon in it than Let's Go. And because the method is actually, like, less good.
So, be happy that I'm not shiny hunting every Pokemon. Like, I'd say if we shiny hunted every day, then maybe I'd consider shiny hunting everything in every Pokemon game.
Well, I wasn't intending everything in every game. I was expecting that it would always be that gen's Pokemon. So specifically, Diamond and Pearl, we would shiny hunt Gen 4 Pokemon. And
no.
Arceus, we would shiny hunt Gen 4 Pokemon, and well, actually, no, Arceus has like Gen 7 Pokemon in it.
Yes.
So it'd specifically be like the Arceus exclusives in Arceus and nothing else.
Yes.
But yeah, like for example, yeah, in Gen 9, it's like we would shiny hunt the Gen 9 Pokemon and nothing else.
Yep.
But then when they do Black and White remake, we would shiny hunt the Gen 5 Pokemon and nothing else. Like it's
depending on if they added anything.
But yeah, that's the way you're doing it is not gonna work that way. That's okay. That's yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that, guys, because I don't know what we'll do on Saturdays after that, because
again, we
literally 10 years away.
I can just add a day where I do.
Well, the thing is, if we're doing that, I probably wouldn't have this be 3 hours anymore, because I wouldn't want to 3-hour streams of not shiny hunting, because the main reason we do that is, like...
Then we do 3 hours of that thing.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, I think if we run out of Pokemon to shiny hunt and we're playing a different game, I don't think that this would be a 3-hour day anymore until we do shiny hunting again. It's that it's shiny hunting. It's 3 hours because it's shiny hunting, not it's 3 hours because it's Saturday. So, unless we specifically had a different game series for that day, like if we did like a different game that was like, we're gonna play the Tales of game after we're done with this, and we're gonna shiny hunt that or do that for 3 hours because it's such a long damn game that we're just gonna use our Saturdays to go through that.
I mean, we can also just use it as our break. Like, we don't have to stream that day.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We'll figure all that out when the inevitability of that happens.
The only other thing I would consider is it stops being a Saturday thing and I shiny hunt this as like an extra mobile thing.
No, it's...
Like, I'd put this in the mobile slot because I need this to be 3 hours. I refuse to do anything less.
No. Yeah, I think, by the way, we are at time.
Okay.
No, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when we get to the point where we have no more Pokemon to shiny hunt, if we played something else in that slot that was one of our regular series, I would not let that be 3 hours.
Oh,
it would be a normal
okay.
time.
You're saying the okay.
Yeah, you're thinking the opposite thing.
Okay.
No.
That is fine.
Yeah, what I was saying was that unless we had a special series that we put into that slot in replacement of shiny hunting when we run out, like if we said, we're going to make this 3-hour slot, so we're going to choose a Tales of game or something that is so ultra long that we're just going to put it in that slot because we can play it for 3 hours, and then until we get back to
basically that would be the time increase in a way.
Not even that. Yeah, we could do it as a time increase, or we could just say we're starting Tales of games at 3 hours, and they're only going to appear in the shiny hunting slot when that slot's available, and then we'll play it until it's done, and then if there's another shiny hunting game, we go back to shiny hunting in this slot or something. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, we'll figure all that stuff out when it becomes a problem. Right now, and for the very foreseeable future, it's not a problem.
And here's the thing, we can technically shiny hunt some of the side games. Like, you can do it in Mystery Dungeon. I'm not doing it in Mystery Dungeon. You can do it in Quest, but I'm not.
But we're not really interested in shiny hunting in the side games. It's just like,
because I don't know which side games let you keep every Pokemon. If you can keep every Pokemon, then I would consider shiny hunting in it.
Yeah.
If you can't, then I don't care.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, and also I'd want to do the main playthrough first before I considered shiny hunting in it. But
well, given again, this series is going to take over 10 years before we get done with it, anyways. So I don't think we have to think about that. We're probably going to be done with the main playthroughs of every Pokemon game before we run out of shiny hunting.
Hey guys, well, we had a lot to talk about that stream.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're at 789 encounters. We definitely more encounters than the last stream. So that is going to be it for today's episode. So like and subscribe to YouTube and Twitch. Comment to your videos. We do read them. Follow on Twitch. We'll see you guys in the next shiny hunt. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.